Alright, people. Hello out there in the internet world. Switch the scene here.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Well, so, how have you guys been this week?
Meh.
That good, huh?
Mm-hmm.
It's been a tough
I
one.
mean,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. I mean, I've been like in the middle of like, am I going to be sick or not? Like my throat really hurts.
Like this is like a coin toss, and you're just gonna consciously decide this?
Her body will.
No,
That's
you
how
have,
that
you have to take the power into your own hands and just go lick a dumpster and make yourself sick.
The fuck?
Ew.
Yeah, what'd you make him do?
Ew.
I went out and I found a grease
Also,
dumpster and licked all of it.
Ugh.
Also, I really, really don't want to get sick yet. I have a funeral to go to on Sunday.
Yeah, that'll be the worst. Oh, we're so talkative today.
Yeah,
I think what
I
it
mean,
is one person just woke up, the other person wants to go to bed.
Well,
I'm
woke
lethargic
up.
as shit, and
I
Kiwi.
feel like all of us want to go back to bed today.
No, we want to be here.
No, we want to be here, but I feel like we also want to sleep.
Yes, yes.
Well, and so
that's
we're trying to
okay.
convince. We're trying to get. Oh, that was what we were doing offline. We were trying to convince Kiwi to make this entire next episode like a sleeping quest. We're like, okay, we're all gonna have a snoring contest, and that'll require like I don't know what, like Constitution.
No, fuck
And then-
doing anything for it. Just we
No?
would just sleep.
Okay.
This is the Sleepy Time podcast.
Yeah. Sky, I've got Oh, don't worry. I'm a genius. I found out how to do it myself. Actually, no. How do you undo things on GIMP? Because Control Z doesn't appear to work.
It should work.
It's a browser. It never would work on a
No,
browser.
it's a
No, in GIMP. It's
Yeah.
It's like Photoshop.
It's
if
a
I send it to
standalone
you,
app?
Can you do this for me, Sky?
What do you want me to do?
I'll send it
Struggle
to
is
you.
real, people. The struggle is
I mean,
real.
I already did your profile picture for this
I know,
card,
but look, this is different. Hang on, let me. So I got permission to use this picture. It's a new picture for Coty.
Okay.
I contacted the person and was like, "Yo, this is a cool picture. Can we use it for our stream?"
And they
and she
said
or he?
yes.
Was like,
They?
"Absolutely." I'm not sure
Yeah.
what they are.
It was a
but,
Cody
That's why you
consortium
should
that had to
use
sign off on it.
they.
Yeah, here's
Easier,
the-
also easier to say than he or she because there's also like third of gender at least.
I call
Which
everyone
I see,
dude,
Sky.
so I don't think I really qualify for that ever. I go to dad, hey dude, mom, dude, you transgender guy, dude, you, whatever, everyone's dude. My boss is dude, like the president would be dude, whatever.
I also feel like dude is fairly gender neutral in its own right. But then if someone approached me and was just like, hey, can you not call me dude? I'd be like, cool, no, I won't use it for you.
That's true. I mean, like, my dad definitely gets pissed off at it. He's like, I'm not dude, I'm dad. And I'm like, okay, dad, I'll see you later, dude. And he just fucking sneers at me. It's beautiful.
Oh my lord! Oh goodness! Sorry. Oh god. how
Excuse you,
So has
sir.
anyone been
Definitely
watching Star
isn't.
Trek Discovery?
I watched the first episode.
No spoilers.
I still
not-
haven't
Spoilers.
watched it. It's on the list, but I just haven't felt
I've been
like
busy with
watching
assignments.
anything.
Without spoilering it, from my perspective, like someone who's watched maybe like a few hours of Star Trek, of like as in every now and then like turn onto the Sci-Fi Channel when I just like needed something to just stare at. Like as in I'm not a big Star Trek fan, and I've not really I don't know anything about the universe, right? I just know that like they have their exploration thing, right? That like Star Trek is all about like people going and exploring and finding new shit and that sort
Well,
of stuff. But
what
generally
this-
they get into combat.
Well, what this starts off as is it does start off with it shows you how the Klingon War between the Klingons and the Federation started, and
Yeah, so
then
that's
it
what I was
goes on
confused
to
about.
this.
Is this historic? Like as in,
Well, okay, that piece is, but the rest of this is marginally like not canon. Well, it wasn't. It is now canon, but the thing is, this isn't something that they had written like in a novel, and you know, this isn't like a Game of Thrones thing where like the source material for the TV show is based on some other medium.
right, I see.
This follows a character who is a black woman who has a masculine name, and there's some hinting to like somehow she doesn't have parents or something. I don't know, but she was raised on Vulcan, so she's a human raised on a planet full of people that believe in pure logic. And
Yeah.
then
so
she
she's
comes
like Sheldon, but worse.
well, sort of, except for that she
or better.
embodies a lot of the Vulcan principles, and so she comes back to, at some point, like the opening episode shows, she comes back to the Federation and joins Starfleet, and then her humanity starts to come back to the surface. And so, anyway, the other episodes now are starting to show that there's a larger arc to this. She eventually gets onto the actual starship that is the namesake of the show, things like that. And then you find out that there's different things going on in the Federation, all caused by this war that effectively she started. So it's it's basically it takes place, I think, like 10 years before Captain Kirk, which is the quintessential Star Trek show.
Yeah.
And it just deals with that. And all the stuff leading up to basically what would be him, I guess. So the show, I assume, covers 10 years. But so far, it's only covered about 3 months.
Yeah, I liked it. And it's definitely like the only, like the one episode that I saw. It was the only time where I was like, I would like to go out of my way to go in on Netflix and like watch the second episode, right? Like I've watched a little bit of Star Trek, but I've never been like, that was so cool and interesting that I'm gonna watch the second episode, or like the next episode or anything. But this has made me want to, if I ever have time to do it.
I've been slowly making my way through The Next Generation. So, and I've got 2 episodes of that left. So once I finish those two episodes, then I'm going to start this.
So, fun fact, John Delancey, who is the actor who plays Q in The Next Generation, also voices a character in StarCraft 2 called Alarak in the closing story portion of StarCraft 2 called Legacy of the Void. And John Delancey, his voice acting, absolutely kills it. Like, he took a really terrible role and aced it. Like, absolutely. So, I recognized his voice right away when I heard Alarak. I'm like, I know that voice. And I'm like, dude, that's John Delancey. Anyway, he also does, like, Broadway and, like, stage and theater and stuff. So, he's got a very, very, like, evocative voice. Similar to, like, when you hear, like, Patrick Stewart. Like, you know that voice because he just has worked so much on the way he speaks as an actor. So it's a really great showing, and I believe the last 2 episodes of Star Trek Next Generation do involve some Qage, and because like the last 2 episodes, I guess, you know, whenever you're closing a series out, like you always kind of bring in like characters that have been popular throughout the series and so on. So anyway, so we got about 10 minutes left. So aside from Star Trek-ish things, has anyone seen any movies or maybe anime or anything that was cool over the weekend? Wow. No, okay.
We're recommending stuff. That's good, Sky. By the way, that'll work because it's not going to be zoomed in anyway. I watched. There's a good thing on Pornhub actually right now. It's
This guy.
That's what I've been watching lately. It's really evocative, and
Oh, I bet it's evocative.
yeah, and like Big Dong Daniel is just such a great actor.
There's something in there about role reversal and
yeah.
So hold on, I think there's a beer in the fridge I need to get about now.
Do you like the I think I did watch another thing though. If anyone is, I mean, it's not really nerdy. It is nerdy in a sense, but How to Get Away with Murder, the later season has come out. If anyone, does anyone know what that is?
I know
Really?
what that is.
I know.
I've
But-
like watched
Love
maybe
it.
2 episodes, I think.
I haven't watched any episodes, but I know quite a lot about it.
Yeah, it's really good. And I highly recommend it. Like, that's my favorite show, like of late.
I feel like of all of us, Sky would be the one who's more likely to get away with murder.
What?
Yeah, probably.
No.
No,
I have a
she's
feeling
got cats. They
no.
would suspect the fuck out of her.
No. It's not.
say
It's not
she
murder.
has
Everything
cats.
though.
Hold on.
No,
And lives
because
alone.
cats would approve.
Yes.
Cats would be like, yes, you did. Like,
Yeah, no.
well
But
done.
here's the thing. Cats might want to murder you, but they get a lot more pleasure out of hurting you. So literally, I think I'm worried about like going to visit Sky in Finland and coming back with like 2 less kidneys. Because the cat's are like, yes, bring us dinner. There's 2 of us. We need each kidney.
That's
Thank you.
They just, instead of like chicken, they
Yeah.
human kidney. That must be expensive.
Well, clearly,
Well,
because I mean, she's got to use her
Probably. If you
bathtub
get it on
and
the black
ice. I
market.
mean,
What are we talking about?
I don't even know. Like, my cats are like really, really friendly. They don't really even they really
That good.
like
I love
watch
the
out
cats.
for their claws. So
Oh fuck! Can you get Kumo as well? I need to talk.
oh my god. Are you really
Come
gonna
on,
have
right
like
next
a
to me.
sit down and like a heart to heart with a cat?
He's
Not
got
a
to
heart to heart.
decide
We've just got to
on the
talk about.
direction.
Yeah.
yep.
Jesus.
I mean, he's pretty good at ad libbing it, and just sort of taking the general outline of the script that I give him and making it his own. But yeah,
DJ.
that's not how it
That's it.
goes.
No. That's
That's more like it.
No, you're right. I totally forgot. My cat sounds like
Like,
it's a Wookiee. It's like, calm down, Chewie. Well, guys, we are Quest Complete Live. As you can tell, the 4 of us have the combined IQ of a ferret on drugs. That's a good thing because our The way we play Dungeons and Dragons is around that same level. While we know mechanics, we really all have like in real life
That's it.
low wisdom
I mean-
scores.
In my defense, I'm only halfway through my first cup of tea for the day.
Yeah.
But you're already winning points by not wearing pants, I guess. So I mean, because we've already determined that we may or may not be wearing pants. So
We are wearing pants. You're the only one not wearing pants.
Yeah, I'm wearing pajama pants because it's still a little bit chilly. in New
whatever.
Zealand at
I'm
the moment.
kind of like
Same,
a hippie.
Haley.
Yeah.
Whatever. I'm okay with this, with being the loner over here. But,
Also, it's like 1 a.m., so
Also, pajama pants don't really count as pants.
well, they have to count unless they're like crotchless pants for some reason, and I really don't think they make
because
those.
they have the stretchy waistband and they're loose, generally speaking. Even if they're like more like tights and stuff like that, they still feel like they're more comfortable than say a pair of jeans. So I don't feel like they actually fit into the pants category.
Okay, do you put one leg in first, followed by the second leg?
I just jump in.
You like you run across like down the hallway into your room,
Yeah.
springboard off your bed, your pants are on the opposite window, you fly through the window, put your pants on, land in the backyard, and then run off to school.
To school? What?
Whatever.
What?
This is like the acrobatic version of Ferris Bueller's Day Off. Go with it.
Right. Right. I'm still 16.
Anyway,
go to school.
the handsome man you hear with the non-American accent, that is Mr. Kiwi Fruit. Say hello, Mr. Kiwi.
Hi, I'm slightly surprised how you're doing that.
I'm
I don't know how I feel about it.
yeah.
and then the other two people here, that our duo of femme fatales. We have the other Kiwi in this group. We have Haley. Say hello.
Yo.
And then we have
How's
our
it going?
European representative, by the way of Skywise, or Yene, which unfortunately, like Mr. Kiwi will never pronounce.
Yene.
There you go.
You know?
Yeah.
Did I
Yene.
get it, Sky?
yep.
Yes.
Wow.
But anyway,
Nice one, Haley.
say hi, Skywise.
Hello.
And I'm just a village or an idiot that's missing its village. So I'm DJ. Hello. And this whole brainchild of Quest Complete Live is Kiwi's idea. I'm just the loudmouth. So why don't you tell them why this exists?
Fuck off. I'm.
Well, okay, Haley, why don't you tell them, and you can go fuck off.
Yeah, Haley, you can do it.
Why
I
does
need
this
it.
exist? Okay, I mean, so the main point of this whole endeavor that we have is to show people that you don't have to know shit to be able to play D&D. There's this conception around D&D that you have to have all of the books and know all of the things in order to even start, which prevents a lot of people from being able to do so. So our goal is to make it more accessible, or make people think that it's more accessible, that maybe they can do it too, and also introduce people who normally wouldn't. Like, if you look at our group, we're not the typical D&D, the D&D players. So yeah, it's all about making it more accessible and combating those elitist tendencies within the community.
Yeah, that's a good point. I mean, if you look at it, like we all come at this from a different point of view. Like, I mean, like Sky is, crochets and bakes typically for her hobbies. I'm just a straight up gamer. Haley is too, and Kiwi, I believe, is a writer by trade. So it's like
Sure, let's
Something,
let's
whatever.
make that canon.
My
Let's
point
make
is, though,
that
that
canon. I'm
we came
J.K.
in.
Rowling.
Yes. Well, I mean, the point is that the four of us came into this, and this was kind of like, we picked it up just because we're like, well, this is something new. And I think of the four of us, I'm the only one who has the most experience. But the point is, it's like, I've never really played a true tabletop version anyway. So, like, I only have, like, I know the mechanics, but, like, from, like, a computer game standpoint. So even in that point, I'm still kind of like a D&D virgin, you know?
Yeah. I mean, from a perspective of what people would think the stereotypical D&D player is, the person who most fits that mold is you, DJ. But
Oh, yeah.
you also sit without that. Like, you don't sit in that group because you don't do... Like, I've gone and sat, say, Adventurers League's games in the town that I live in, and just the comments, like the sexist comments that get made at the table... then that doesn't happen here. I mean, it does because of Cody, but it doesn't happen between the players.
Cody. Goddamn.
But yeah, like it's a completely different atmosphere in the games that we play because, again, we should
Yeah,
remind
I
our audience
never
that we
really
play in a
went-
different game.
Yeah, I never really went to any of those like actual stores or anything
Mhm.
for D&D, and it took me like a decade of thinking about doing D&D before I actually like even tried it.
I mean, part of me doesn't begrudge the people that I played with because they are genuinely nice guys. Like, they're not nice guy TM, they're actually nice people, and they were trying to help me out and everything, but it is a little bit elitist, and Adventurers League is kind of like
Oh, very
a hardcore version of D&D, so I wasn't ready for it in the state that I was, and they weren't ready to explain all of the mechanics to me. And that's fine. That's no fault of their own. That's just how Adventurers League works. So, I mean, sometimes things would slip out, and they'd look at me and they'd be like, "I'm so sorry, I didn't mean that." And I was like, "Look, it's cool," because if they apologized, and they realized that they'd messed up, so I'm not gonna jump on their case about it. And it only happened a couple of times, but the fact of the matter is, how much more does it happen when I'm not at the table?
Yeah.
So
Well, it's also, and if you think about it, like, D&D traditionally has been, even from a mechanics standpoint, like very, what is it, detailed, I guess is the best way to put it. Like, you would look at something just as simple as getting like a critical, and for those who don't understand, a critical is when you get a guaranteed win or a guaranteed loss, depending on the type of the roll you get on the dice. So it can either turn out like it's like you're 100% guaranteed to succeed or fail. That's what a critical is. Well, the mechanics that surrounded what a critical used to be in older editions and versions of the game were very much, I don't know, like, they tried to be super accurate, like true to life. And when you try to do that with every aspect of a game, you get bogged down in the math and the charting, and the game becomes more like EVE Online, which I'm not criticizing that game. That game is very much what I call a spreadsheet game, and it's got a hell of a fan base. But when you just want to like chill out and have like a casual tabletop game, the last thing you want to have to do necessarily is to, pull out a Gantt chart and like all this ridiculous like advanced like mathematics and complicated, attack, defend structure and stuff. And so the newer editions have tried to simplify that. And in this particular one, Mr. Kiwi's just been like, nope, fuck even all of that. You're down to like 3 basic things you ever have to roll. And you have your 6 basic character statistics, and like that's it for like the most part. And but if you guys do happen to have any kind of mechanics knowledge or questions, or want to know why we did a particular thing, or if you're curious as to why the DM chose to go a particular route versus maybe the route you thought you should go, by all means, go ahead and type it in the chat, and we'll address the questions and talk about it, and try to cut through what might feel mechanical in nature. So, because that's what we're here for, because we don't know all that shit either.
And I mean, we are trying to explain those things as they come up. Sometimes we forget what we have explained and what we haven't explained. I mean, we're at episode 3 now, and there's been no combat, so we haven't had to go over that at all. But
We would
yeah,
so
Change
die
that.
there, actually.
It's all right. Right now, the only
So-
thing we can do in combat is it's like you have like a thumb war with the monster, right? You just kind of lock hands and 1, 2, 3, 4. It's time for a thumb war. Like, that's all we can do
Yeah.
right now.
I mean, in full disclosure and full transparency, our perspective as the players, not as our characters, is that we, for the most part, and DJ has decided that he doesn't want to know anything about his character of this, or he hasn't revealed things about his character, but we know what class our characters are and what abilities they will have in the future. But currently, we play as if our character does not know those things. So while we have an idea of what's happening, we're playing it in a way that, you know, our character has no idea. Like, I know what class, and if you guys have seen the awesome character sheets that we've popped up on our Twitter page and our Tumblr page,
Yeah,
and
put it on the
etc.
title page real quick. You guys can sort of see these strolling through.
So if you guys have seen those, which have been made by Sky and Kiwi, they're amazing. You will see that, like, we have the information about our class and race, etc. on
Basic
that.
info.
Yeah, it's the basic info, which is info that we know about our characters, but our characters have no idea.
Yeah. Like, the premise is that our real life people, like us, like DJ, Sky, Haley, we have effectively, through some dimensional magic of D&D, we have fallen into the bodies of heroes. We don't know much about them.
Whoa, hang on.
I mean, okay, I'm sorry. I'm just a
not
raging
call them
asshole.
heroes.
Well, okay, we fall into the bodies
You've not
of
really
other
done
people.
anything heroic yet. You've broken into some poor goat's house and
Also,
eaten
I don't
his
think
food
they have
and
a
worn his
background,
clothes.
so-
No, we
At
don't.
this
And
point
they
in
don't have a
time-
background.
But this
Yeah,
is
at
a
the
really good
moment, you're
segue into this session. Speaking of which, previously
I think-
on Quest Complete, someone go.
Yeah, someone have an update on what happened in the last 2 episodes.
Not me. I did it last time.
I got you. And you know what? I wasn't even there for our last session. So Haley, we've just both stepped back.
You were.
You weren't here for our
Oh my god,
other.
DJ is.
I will step up and take part of this. Okay, so at the beginning of the episode, we had decided with Cody that we were going to head towards a village or something that he could remember was close by. So we travelled through the swamp, which is known as Deep Swamp for now, but the name might change. I literally have this on my notes. This is exactly
You
how
put
I
that
wrote
in
it
your
down.
character sheet notes?
No, not my character sheet. I have a notebook that I'm physically writing in during our sessions. So we went there. So we travelled through. We came to a crossroads. I could see into what we have assumed is the past, in the blue. But this time I was able to move around in the physical plane, the physical world as well, while this was happening. So we have a general idea of directions that we can head. We had also found, like, when we left the swamp, okay, in the swamp we found we heard the bell again, and each of us followed the bell in our own paths, took the bells, and then all of a sudden we had a cat. I mean, you have to listen to the episode to know exactly.
Basically, what it is
Exactly
that
what that
we're
was
all sort of
about.
hallucinating in our own way. Like, Vicky sees it in blue, Jenny sees, like, her sort of visions and things in green, and I see mine in black, but I have no sense. I have, the way, like, ironically, the Star Trek reference is perfect here. It's like Deanna Troi, where she can sense that there's, like, a feeling or a mood or an emotion, but she can't, like... It's like it's disembodied. So my character doesn't see anything. I feel things, whereas the other two have the ability to see things. Like Vicky can see things either in the past or the future. Jenny can communicate with plants, and through the plant, spirits can then see the past or the present. For me, I can only feel the past or the present, but I can't see anything. And in my case, I'm paralyzed because my character is new to these experiences, whereas these two ladies here have seen it before. And all this transpired while we were inside this castle, for the most part, at the end, I believe, right?
Yeah, so what happened was,
Tower,
like, after
yeah.
this we got to the crossroads, and we were trying to decide on which way to go, and I saw the cat because the cat had disappeared, and I saw the cat in my vision in a particular direction, and then we ended up heading in that direction after events. Ended up heading in that direction, which was supposed to be towards an adventurers guild. So we went there and found the ruins of the Adventurers Guild, basically. We spent some time there, a lot of time there. trying to work out what this place was and what was happening. Which is when Sky got her, discovered her ability to talk to plants. I guess we don't know what it is.
So weird. It was so weird.
So yeah, and
So here we are. Like literally,
Yeah.
he has
And you
queued up
guys
the room.
did you guys did go upstairs, but I want to bring you back to this page just because I think the difference between this page and the page I'm about to show you is significant. So for anyone watching or listening, if you are the sort of person that gets upset over plot holes and like retconning, you're not going to have a good time here because this
Remember, I told you
is,
we have a wisdom score of like a combined between the four of us of like 2. So
Yeah, so at the end of the last session, they went upstairs, right? And there wasn't a graphic for that because I wasn't prepared for it.
it's okay. Your artwork. I'm zooming in on.
we
the
went in
artwork.
completely different way that
Here.
he expected.
But that's
us to
okay.
go.
That's okay.
This is
Which
stairs,
happens in
and
D&D.
this
That's
is
like-
Ivy.
It's the epitome of
Yeah, but
It's
you
The
went to
hottest
sleep.
shit.
You went to sleep, and this is where you woke up.
That's pretty fucking
If
sweet,
it's loading
dude.
in, it's not perfect, but it's getting better.
nice.
Dude, don't George
It's getting
Lucas
better
this,
each
okay, man?
session.
We don't need another like shitty Jabba the Hutt, okay? You're fine. This is perfect.
So one thing that you guys might notice is a little bit different. There are a lot of holes in the floor. This is to
Mhm.
represent the decay that has gone
Mhm.
on. You'll listen to this. There's a lot more shit basically around. Just fluff, really. But yeah, this is where you wake up, and this is where we're going to take it from here. Okay. So now I'm gonna put it to you guys. Go. Action.
Action.
I'm ready for my close-up, Mr. Director.
Oh,
I don't
So-
know.
I
I'm gonna.
think this.
The first thing I'm gonna
Go
do is I wake up and I look around, and we're assuming it was night before and it's daytime now. Can that be safe
Yeah,
to assume?
yeah.
I'm
Yeah, there
going
are like
to.
holes in the wall and stuff that lights
Well,
coming
I am like, okay. The goat told us that
So this
things
looks
gonna kill us.
different during the daylight.
I want to go over here and look at weapons. This weapon.
Sure.
Oh, of course he does. You also have
Um,
apples.
Yes, I do.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah,
right.
if you guys
I'm
remember
gonna
that.
Apples.
sit in my bedroll and look half asleep and eat my apple to wake me up. While he's looking
Well-
at weapons.
I saw the bookcases, so I'm going over there once I like find a place where I don't fall.
Sure. DJ, there are you can't tell what they're made out of, but they seem to be a sort of metal, like iron. You guess, but you don't know. Like a sword, but well, rather a short sword, and a spear, hanging up there on the weapons racks, and a set of daggers. So you've got a choice. I mean, you could take all of them as well.
Do they are and they're all in good condition?
No. They're not rusted, but they've definitely seen better days. But compared to what you've got, which is nothing, it's it's almost like a lifesaver, really.
So you said that there is a pair of daggers, a spear, and a short sword.
Yeah.
I'm gonna, cause why not? I'm gonna pick up like the spear and the short sword briefly, and I'm just gonna play around like I'm, like I don't know, like a little kid that's pretending he knows how to fight. Like yeah, just like stabbing the air with it and just general dick fuckery.
Okay.
Sure.
Okay, Link.
You know. You go over here. There's a lot of books on the bookcases. Now there is a lot. So how we're gonna do this is that some books will become like more over. Actually, that's gonna. Don't worry. Right now, you can see that there's a lot of books, right? But I mean, what am I trying to say?
You're not blind?
They there's don't sit there reading each book for the next 3 hours. Okay.
No, I'm just going to pick the green book right now and look at it.
Okay. Whew, thank God. Right. So the book that you pick up is heavy, and it appears to be a set of pictures, rather maps. As you sort of flick through the pages, each page is a new map. And you look over this for some time, but you don't really have a very good idea of where you even are. And the book doesn't seem to. It's not like a mall map, like it's a collection of maps. It doesn't have a "you are here" sort of sticker. So it's really hard for you to understand or tell where you are or in relation to all these maps. There doesn't appear to be any any landmarks or any natural outcroppings or anything that you recognize from your short travels.
Maps might be useful though. Later on.
They are in English. It's important to note. But
English,
I mean,
that's weird.
yeah. So it's got. I mean, they are literally just maps though and names. So there's no descriptions of these places. Okay. So that's that
I'm
book.
just picking it up, I guess, but I don't really know how to. Oh right, I don't have a backpack.
I mean, you can carry around this book with you if you
Hold
like.
it in your mouth like a small
well-
puppy.
Well, I'm just going to walk with it for now because, seriously, also makes me feel like home because, I used to walk with books a lot.
Mm-hmm. That's understandable. You also notice that there's a. Oh no, don't worry. You walked past.
What?
Nothing. Vicky.
I mean, there are things in there, but I was going to go and show this to Vicky.
Oh, okay. Right. Go ahead. Go ahead then.
Vicky, I found a map book.
Oh.
And I actually can read the things in it.
Ooh, so I don't know what that means in terms of where we are or what this place
No.
is.
But
I'm
maybe
gonna
someone
lean
can tell
over.
us.
I'm gonna lean over and look at the book. I do like me some maps. This is really well made.
I know. It's so pretty.
You can't really tell anything else about the book besides what I told Sky.
Yeah, no. This is
Also,
fun.
the book
I'm
is
just looking at
green.
how well. Which is your favorite color? Nice.
How do you know that?
I know things.
The fuck?
I mean, we did recognize each other on the beach when we came here, so we were friends before.
Mhm.
Oh, God.
Anyway.
I mean, obviously, we shouted this across the room at DJ.
Yeah.
No, I'm
As
too
you
busy, I'm
shout
too busy in
this
the corner
across
being
the
like,
room-
yeah.
Yeah, DJ's preoccupied. But as you shout this across the room, you see that Cody has also gotten up and is taking a morning leak through one of the holes, which, I mean, I don't think he's quite realised that the hole just leads to the first floor.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
God.
But,
There we go. Hold on a second. I'm zooming in on the urine ... There it is.
Also, if anyone wants to, I think that picture is from, there are, these TV shows that millennials watch, like cartoon TV shows that, are, meant for kids, but have, millennial references, and I think this is one of them. Or it's a game, I don't know. But I got it from a lady in DeviantArt, or a man, or a not man or lady. I don't really know. So the link is in the credit section of our Twitch page if anyone's interested. Because it's a cool picture of a goat. Let me zoom in on that. See, it's so pretty and cute.
Cute.
Why did Cody suddenly get, giant size?
Because I need to zoom in.
Giant goat, tiny pee-pee stream. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, I
It's
should
a giant-
probably
it's a
go and
pee-pee
look at
stream.
the other stuff on that table because I kind of went past it a couple of times now.
Sure.
While she's
sure.
making her way back, can I check out what all these crates are and everything? Are these where we got the apples from?
Basically. Everything else is pretty empty. I mean, now that you've got a chance to look at it in a little bit more light, you can tell that it almost looks as if things were pillaged in a rush. like as in like over like a few minutes. Like this stuff might have once been in these barrels and boxes and stuff, because there are some of the lids are off, etc. Like it's not organized, right? Looks pretty chaotic. But yeah. Oh, also, I guess this doesn't make sense. This whole like floating platform, because like there's a ring of just air, but whatever.
No, it could be like a ceiling support from the below, where like the part around
there's
the
a column
ceiling
under
support.
it.
Yeah, it's a column.
Yeah, yeah. Just don't remember the placement of that, and then compare it to
Okay. All right. Okay. Finding nothing over there. I guess
What's
I
this
will.
book at these papers? Or
Get
whatever
over.
else on this table?
So there's a letter with an ink and quill there that you can read, and the letter essentially goes. It's essentially I mean it's not very well written. In fact, it's in English, but you get the feeling that whoever wrote it is not literate, maybe, and was maybe like. You're not quite sure how they wrote this, but they obviously don't write very often. But the general gist of it is that there's a call for help being sent out for all the other adventurers guilds around. So you essentially learn from this letter that there are other adventurers guilds like this, other buildings and places like this in the world. And you get the feeling, you learn that something happened here that caused someone to need to write this letter. Although you can gather from like the fact that it's on the table, and that like the ink and quill's been spilled over and all that sort of stuff, that it wasn't sent. Basically, it didn't
Yeah.
go any further than the table that it's on right now.
Well, it is on the table, so
Mm.
guess it didn't go anywhere then. What's this book?
This book is interesting. It's not in English this time. It's very like
I'm guessing it's not in Finnish either.
this is definitely not in Finnish. But it's very decorative, like the old style books that we know, like as in like the first like letter off the page is like really overdone.
Oh
And,
yeah.
like, try hardy. So you get, I mean, you can gather from that what you will, but you can't read it yet. And there's
Hey, I
also-
found weapons over here, swords and pointy things. And over here, and he's like, I have no idea why I just have like this sudden urge to want these things, but this is so cool. And
I
so
mean, I've
so
always
he has to
wanted a
join the
sword
party.
or a dagger or something.
Oh,
They're
there's some
really
knives over
pretty.
here, and look. And then what he does is he takes literally probably one of the world's worst attempts to try to like throw the spear, and he zings it right into the side of this bookcase. He's like, oops.
Right.
Why did you try to throw it at us?
Hey, it's just these things. It's like I'm hunting buffalo, and then he crouches down and
Whoa.
pretends like he's hunting buffalo.
Whoa, I feel that Cody doesn't even need to be here. DJ's filling in the role as well.
So anyway, he goes up here and he puts his giant meaty boot against the bookcase and pulls the spear out of it. And he's like, oh yeah, and there's some knives and stuff over there too. And then there's this, and he
Knives?
waves around
Cool.
the short sword rather terribly.
Sure.
So-
Like go like in a circle around DJ. Nowhere near.
Oops, I moved
Whoa.
Vicky. Sorry.
You occupied the same space there for a second.
Well, it
right.
is a trans-dimensional world,
Right.
right?
Okay, so let's
But they're
just
daggers, right?
let's just get a few things straight. Who has got what from this collection of weapons?
I have the sword and the spear, but I don't need both. I was gonna give the spear
Okay.
actually to the where is she at, Vicky? Because
Sure.
Okay,
she's
the spear.
huge, and this is the tallest thing we have. So
Yeah, like for you, Vicky, the spear is like a sword sort of size. Like
Yes.
it's pretty easy to use.
so
for
I
you.
do hand her the spear. Now, is this? I gotta ask a question. Is this like a normal spear, or is this like one of those things that's like a trident or a pike or something weird? Is it just
Just a normal spear.
okay? All right.
I'm
Here,
gonna-
I found
I'm
this.
taking
It's
both
as
of the
tall as you
daggers
are,
then.
lady.
I'm gonna wield it for a second like a taiaha.
Don't explain it. Don't
Oh, a
explain
tire iron. No, a tire iron.
No,
Okay.
it.
no.
a tire
a
iron. God damn it, DJ. Don't explain it.
But
Let
yeah.
it be a mystery.
Okay.
Let it
It's
be
the
a
rest of time.
mystery.
Yeah. We should get
Which I
into it,
actually
feel.
do know how to wield a taiaha to a basic extent. So
Okay. All right.
It works.
We'll work that in then. Okay. So Vicky has the spear. Jenny, Yenna.
Yeah, I took the 2 daggers because
Cool,
those
awesome.
were DJ left there.
So DJ's got the short sword.
Yes, I do.
Sweet
We have
as.
to add
Okay.
this to our weight, don't we? All right, 2 pounds.
Yes. So just use the You don't have to do that right now because I mean, you haven't got much on you anyway. But
Also, I'm
we'll
having
just
a
use
problem
the
with
5e.
like I still have the book with me, so
And I have a
It's
walking
true.
stick. And I apparently have got 2 fresh apples stuffed in my pants somewhere. I don't know.
It's pretty obvious where
I
that
ate
stuff.
my apple. So
I don't know if I want mine anymore. Based on where I had to hide them overnight.
So yeah, Cody's joined you guys as well. But he seems pretty keen just to watch you guys do what you want. He doesn't appear to be in any rush. I get the feeling that it's not terribly like late in the morning. Like it's probably like 7 o'clock or something. If that makes sense. Like it's light out because it's daylight savings in this universe. But it's not too late in the morning, so there's plenty of time.
okay. Do we want to head downstairs and see what's up on the next level down after the throne room?
Well, I don't know.
Cody says,
Okay.
oh, don't worry, go on.
No, I was gonna say it's like I went over. I like switched places with him and went over and like looked at the books to see if I could read the book at all. Like, am I able to identify the language?
Absolutely not.
Okay, it's not. Okay.
What language can you speak?
Well, technically, my
IRL
character
that-
would. Well, technically, there's a language my character would know that I would suddenly realize, like, how do I speak this language? That would be his native
Maybe.
racial language. That's why
Yeah,
I was
but
suggesting, would I be able to
definitely
read
not.
this? Okay.
No, you when you're looking at the book though, you do notice that there's a bottle of sriracha hot sauce,
Well, now.
and baby powder. That thing is baby powder there. So some sriracha and hot sauce.
You know what? After
Gather
wearing that
from
goat,
that what you will. Like
Well-
what was going on there?
it's okay. He picks them both up and brings them with him.
Now describe how you're carrying. The
Right
short
now,
sword,
I
2
have
apples,
right now.
the
Well, the
sriracha,
apples
and
are in
the-
my pants. So the sriracha I tuck into my waistband, and the thing of baby powder I tuck on the other side of my waistband, almost like a holster. So like it's tucked. It's like using the pressure of my hip and the waistband of my pants to hold them against my body.
Right. Okay. We'll let that happen. Sure. Okay. Anything else you guys want to look up here before you go downstairs? Now it's important to note that you guys remember that when you were outside, the tower was very tall, right?
Mhm.
But from this level, you can actually see there are stairs. This little thing here represents both up and down. So like you can go down these stairs or up them. So like they basically keep going. But these stairs sort of like crumble out almost as if, as in there's no easy way to get up to the next level. Like it's all been pretty derelict and left to crumble. So there's no easy way definitely to get up. You'd have to do some ninja climbing or something.
There is one other thing I wanted to do, and I think I can sneak past these crates technically because they're 3D, and look in these little sacks over here in the corner, the lower left corner.
Sure. Though that whole area is where you got your apples from. You're
Oh,
wrong.
so the bags are just more bags of apples.
Not more bags of apples because there are no longer any apples.
Oh, okay.
You've pilfered what you could of that area.
there were a lot of rotten apples.
Yeah, there's a lot of rotten ones. I mean, you can take them if you like.
No. I didn't know it was. I didn't know if it was when she looked at the boxes. I didn't know if that description was of the boxes and those little pouches or not. Okay.
Yeah. Well, before you guys can do much else, Cody just pipe up, and he says, guys, while you guys were sleeping, I collected some sleeping bags for us over here. And Cody brings you over here. Well, he waits for you to like listen to him. I mean, you can ignore him. And
Look,
he's laid
I've
out.
been there.
He's laid out a selection you can choose. Because he goes on to explain that he doesn't really know the lay of the land as well as he thought he did, so he doesn't know how long it's going to take to get to the town, right? So he says, just in case, here are like some sleeping bags that I found, and there's all
The green
colors
one's
of the
mine.
rainbow.
I want the orange one.
Cool. Okay.
Well, I wanted a blue one, so this works out perfectly. Can I hold mine up to my body to see if I'm big enough to fit in it?
It's enough. It's big enough. It just so happens actually that the blue one is slightly bigger than the rest of them.
Oh, nice.
So yeah.
So these are bedrolls or
Uh,
sleeping bags? Which one?
Bedrolls, basically.
Bedrolls.
So you can, they have little, like ties on them, so like you can tie them on your back. You know,
Cool.
does that make sense? Like
Yeah.
you can wear them essentially.
Hey, DJ, you could roll that bottle of hot sauce in the middle of your bedroll.
Yeah,
Maybe I like it
Like-
where it's at, huh?
I mean, unless you want...
I mean, to
Hot
be honest, I'd
sauce
really
on
take the
your
apples out of my
vegetables.
pants.
What?
They're really uncomfortable to walk with right now. Yeah, so I'll use it to like
so
stuff
yeah,
in.
I'm going to put like the book in there.
Sure.
I'm gonna
Sure.
take the walking stick you're
And-
given, and I'm gonna shove it through the center of it, so it holds it in place there. And I will do the same with the sriracha, the baby powder, and the apples, because you can sort of wedge it in like the side, like in between the layers.
Sure.
Hey, trust me, I smuggled a lot of stuff into EDC with this same trick. So trust me, what I did with the flag was nothing short of amazing. You give me a whole bedroll, dude, I could bring like a whole party with me.
Okay. Yeah, so you guys have got bedrolls now. How these bedrolls work is when you go to sleep, they're good for sleeping. You don't need to worry about the mechanic side of it. Don't worry. Essentially, if you just sleep on the ground, your like long rest, which is like a 5e concept, well, a D&D concept in general, is not going to be as good or as effective if you're just like sleeping on the ground. But like sleeping on a bedroll is like sleeping on a bed, right? It's pretty good.
Okay.
So that's how that works. What next?
Yay, stuff!
I'm just going to strap mine to my back. And I suppose I've got a walking stick in one hand and a spear in the other.
Don't confuse them, please.
Stick them with the pointy end.
Yeah, you get what I'm getting at. Hold on, I do. Oh, never mind. We'll get to the question later. It's like you can beat him with both hands now. You can, I don't know, take out, I don't know. And then DJ just starts waving his sword around kind of funny, like he knows what to do with it or something.
I'm going to take
but
a
he doesn't.
good step back as he does that.
Yep.
I am a ninja. I am apparently a bearded dwarven ninja. First
Okay,
ever,
don't
right?
poke your eye out, buddy.
It's all right. It'll get caught in the beard long before that because I haven't had facial hair this long ever in my life.
Cody pipes up and he's like, maybe we should get going.
Maybe.
Probably.
Do you
There's
have
nothing really
suggestions?
here anymore.
Sure.
He says, well, we can go back to the crossroads and try another direction, maybe. I mean, we only came here because you guys said that it was the way to go. Because you saw some
No,
shit.
you actually chose the way.
Yep.
Did I? I
Yeah.
can't remember that.
Yeah, we flipped a coin. Remember, we
Oh,
drew
how
straws.
convenient your memory is.
We drew straws.
Okay, well, I was wrong. I can admit that.
Right.
So Cody says, Cody suggests that we just try it another way. Because he
Okay.
says, as nice as this place is, it's pretty big. And there's not a lot of life here. It's not. I mean, he says maybe in the future we can return here.
I feel
Setting
like
it
this
up.
is a DM hint, guys.
Yeah. This is somewhere to return to. But for now, there's not a lot that can be done here. Much else, at least, he says. and he starts walking down the steps.
I will
Yeah.
follow.
Bye bye, Vine. I'll see you later, probably.
Sure.
Yeah.
well-
Yeah.
You walk downstairs, and I mean, it's not great, but let's just compare. Let's compare what you guys had last session.
You know, to be honest,
Um,
I kind of like the old one because it allowed the imagination. It's like Final Fantasy. This is as complicated as that throne room ever got.
But yeah, but now this is what you're presented with, and there's a little bit more. I mean, I haven't added anything that's like the things that I've added aren't anything that like it didn't change what you guys saw previously, right? Nothing has changed. It just looks different from a player perspective, right? So yeah, there are also some scrolls at the back now as well. I guess that's new. And the vine has a curtain now as well.
What is it, like shy or something?
Yeah,
Like, does
I
it get
was just
stage
like,
fright?
Is that a Vine?
It's
Also,
always
the
been
vine
there
has
though.
moved.
Your
It's
vine,
always-
it gets stage
no,
fright. It needs to hide.
It's always been there. It's always been there.
No, the Vine has moved.
No, it's always...
It was
It
somewhere
has
over
moved.
here
It
last
was
time.
definitely right here, ish.
No, it definitely wasn't. Do you want proof? Do you want proof?
Yeah. Oh, he's gonna. This
He's giving
mother
a
is
close
gonna
look
move
at that.
it.
I love it.
I mean, we can prove it. I'm right in this regard. So there
I'm
we go.
right, you're wrong. I'm big, you're small.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Totally. It totally was. You know what? I have it early in the stream that it was in a different place because I zoomed in on it.
No.
You lose. The
Video.
power of the internet compels you.
We're gonna pull receipts.
Gonna
But
pull
yeah, this
receipts.
is the new one that it looks like. It is going to look different again when you guys see it next time. The layout won't be different, but I'm playing with a thing called parallax mapping, which makes everything look really pretty and like shadows and shit, like more shadows than there are right now. Like you notice that black shit next to the staircase. Like that's the shadowing. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
Like this little bits.
Yep.
But yeah, so you walk downstairs, and this is I mean you've already seen this place really, so there's not much else to see here. Yenna, you can say something to the vine if you wish.
Hey, Vine.
Howdy,
Did you sleep well?
I did.
The plant became
Cool.
a southerner.
Can you tell me anything about like outside of this tower?
No, I could. Well, I think you already asked that question.
Did I?
Yeah, last session.
Yesterday.
You know,
No
you mean
breaking the
yesterday?
fourth wall here.
Yeah, yesterday. He talks. I don't know
Okay.
how he talked last time. So
He was more subdued. He seemed like he was shy.
Oh, stone.
Yeah.
okay.
I just gendered a plant.
You just gendered a plant. Someone get the rule book
we
out
did
on this
name the
one.
plant- We did name this plant Shia LaPlante.
Yes, we
Oh, that's
did.
right. You did too. Shyla Plant. And he
Right.
was like, just do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shia LaPlante plant.
Well, his voice has changed,
yeah.
okay? And yeah, and he says that you've already asked this question, and he sort of told you everything he can, because he reiterates that he's just divine, right? Like
Yeah.
he says, I don't have any magical powers or shit,
You just showed me shit though.
but that's just natural.
Okay, if you say so. But yeah, we're leaving now.
Is it magic when you shit? Like, what? What's your opinion on magic? What
And
counts
on that
as
note,
magic?
ladies, we're leaving. I'm kidding. I can't hear what you're saying.
But yeah, we're leaving now, so I just came to say you bye. Okay, bye.
Oh, okay. Will
We
I
might
see
be
you
back
again?
though. Maybe.
Okay. I have a feeling that you absolutely will be back for the further
don't
progression
die
of the plot.
First. Yeah. If we don't die first.
If we can go, wow, your optimism
Oh,
here is
wait,
amazing,
you know-
Scott.
Yeah, no,
What?
one last thing. Oh no, I can't hear you anymore. Oh, okay. If you bump into my cousin, I
You have a
Ivy,
cousin?
let her know that, you know, I'm still waiting on their Christmas present. He says. So it is a
I'll
he.
let,
That's fine. But yeah,
I'll
he
let
go on.
that Ivy know then.
But yeah, the Vine just
I-
says
I
if you
can-
meet Ivy, then just let them know that that
Yep,
Vine is
I'll let-
thinking of them and all that jazz.
Okay. I didn't know like plan to celebrate Christmas.
I didn't know you could
What?
talk to plants,
Oh,
so I think let's start with
presents.
that.
Partners?
Plantmas, yeah. Okay. So you guys want to walk outside now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Because
Okay.
DJ wants to I seriously want to just I'm playfully waving my sword in front of me, so
Okay,
of course
stop
I walk
moving
out
so I
next.
can copy paste you.
Okay.
I was
Oh my god,
pacing.
DJ. Stop.
Disadvantage.
Right.
She made a haha mechanic funny.
Oh, here we go. Where's the Was this the version that we were using? Sure. I think it is. Let me quickly bring you guys in here. So this one hasn't changed. This sort of still represents the crossroads, although Cody needs to change.
What is he, like, transform when he goes
In
outside?
more ways than one. Anyway, so you guys are back outside, in the courtyard. And Cody, I mean, you can explore the courtyard a little bit more, but Cody suggests that that's not a good idea, because there's not much else to see.
I think we explored it last time, so
Yeah, you explored a little bit of it last time. There wasn't much to see. So Cody just leads you
Should
out
we-
of the fortress area and back to the road.
Okay. Okay, as we're moving, I'm just gonna are we gonna go to we didn't want to go to I know that you guys didn't want to go to Gobville, so we're not gonna do that.
What are the other options?
So Clifton, I'm guessing? Or the
Yeah.
docks.
Yeah, Cody says, the Clifton is where we want to go. Well, hopefully it's still a thing, and it's like the same village as what I thought it was. Although, right, last episode, I think Cody knew it under a different name, right?
Yeah, he couldn't remember what
Yeah.
it was.
But yeah, he's just hoping that it's the same place.
I'm
And there's not been some...
I'm assuming that he has a crap memory anyway from everything that we've had with him, where he's just like, I can't remember. So
All right,
Yeah.
so
I
I
that
say
I just need that slide. Like,
and so he starts to walk up towards the sign up here, and he's like, "All right, we came out of the trees. We're here. Okay, so we went there, found the little castle place. Let's just randomly decide
Tower.
where we go. We don't know where we're at, so it doesn't matter."
Well, we do. We know that this way
This
is the way to Clifton. So
yeah.
Ah,
I drew a
fine.
rudimentary
probably a good day to go.
He sort of just like waves his sword around his feet, like in the grass, like all like, damn it, I wanted to use the straw thing again.
Come on, DJ.
Whatever,
And I'm gonna
go,
do it with my
fine.
spear towards Clifton and say, to Clifton, as we walk.
He raises his sword, he's like, to the docks?
We've
so
been around
you-
water.
Yeah, one environment per session. Per session.
Okay, you didn't have the
but,
castle ready last time, so we went there.
I mean, we saw the lake and the swamps, and then we had the forest. So
Anyway, you guys travel for a wee while. It's a pleasant journey. It doesn't take very long. It's probably lunchtime when you begin to reach an environment of interest, which I'll bring you into now. And Koti actually pipes up. Oh, hang on, I need to do that because the thing isn't long enough. There we go. Koti pipes up and says, I recognize this place. Although it looks somewhat different. This is definitely the road to the village the name that I used last session.
The name
that
I used
forgotten.
last session.
I don't
of
think he
Clifton.
actually could remember the name.
Oh, that's good because I can't. So Cody says that this is basically, he says that he thinks we're getting closer to what is probably Clifton and what he remembers as his old sort of village type thing.
Okay.
It's very, very mountainous, if that wasn't obvious. Not mountainous so much as just big hills, and very lush, a lot of greenery. Although, as you sort of walk further and further, there's a beach. Also like a mini beach almost, if you were to keep walking. But we can stare at these flowers for a little bit.
I was going to pick some flowers and try and construct a...
Same here.
Flower
I'm just gonna go
crown
ahead
as
and
a
take my sword and like lop off a few of them and stuff them in my pretty beard.
I was actually just going to like say hello flowers because like
No,
I
that's
can
not
talk
how
to
this works.
vibes.
You can't just look at everything.
Nope.
That's natural.
Yeah, I actually stuffed
probably
2 or 3
have,
flower
but
buds
I'm just
into my
going to
beard.
try. I fucking talk to vines. It was so weird.
And-
I'm going to try talking to all the shit now.
And so the dwarf walks away and he has 3 daisies stuffed into his beard.
Okay.
I'm trying to construct a flower crown as we're moving.
Roll a dex for me, Becky.
Yes.
Uh-oh. This is also so we don't fall off a cliff in Clifton.
This is like the first time we've actually rolled something, I
I
think.
know.
Maybe.
Pretty
For
much.
a while at least.
11.
Okay, you construct it's not the best flower crown that you've ever seen, but it's not bad either, and it looks very pretty.
Oh, nice. I'm going to put it on Sky's head.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
I
Well,
got a
see,
flower crown.
unfortunately, you made it for your head, so it just sort of pulls through Sky's
You can wear it as
body.
a belt.
Well, now it's a
Yeah.
necklace.
Yeah,
Oh
very
well,
big necklace.
it's still cool.
But yeah, okay, let's carry on. Cody's
Hello tree. Hello bush.
This is like in
I just roll my
DS
eyes and
kit,
I'm like,
you're just,
really, is this a fucking thing now?
You're just like
Seriously?
clicking on
Plant
everything.
talk. If you hug a tree goodbye, I'm 86 in this shit right now.
But I talked to a vine.
Okay, that isn't like just a little fucking weird to you? Well, never mind. I'm a dwarf with flowers in my beard.
Obviously,
What do I care?
But I slept on it, so now I decided to try talking to all
slept?
the trees.
On the vine. Are you gonna have like little vine babies now?
Oh god.
Vine babies. Film at 11. Whoa, what the hell happened? The screen just went
Oh,
blank.
yeah.
No, hang on. It's purposeful.
Literally, that was it. That was Inception. That was the end of the world. We divided by fucking 0.
The Rick and
Cody! Cody! Oh, there you
Um,
are. Okay.
So before you guys can go much further, you hear. Oh fuck! I'm not prepared. Hang on.
Here, oh fuck. All right. Well, hey, at least that sounds like my last weekend. We're good. We're set.
What time did we start? 11, right? 11:30. Oh no. Okay,
No,
that's
10:30?
okay. Why don't we have a quick 2-minute break here? 2 5-minute break. I think we need to have more breaks. I feel more breaks, less time though as breaks, if that makes sense.
Well, this is gonna. I only have text for 5 minutes.
Okay, that's okay. We'll just cut it short. So yeah, we're gonna have a break, and we'll be back in between 2 and 5 minutes.
Okay.
And yeah, okay.
There you go. 5-minute
Bye.
break message is up, and everyone go pee. Well, apparently the short 2-minute break became a not short 5-minute break. But what's up, Offensive? Welcome.
Hey, offensive.
Yo. I was just eating veggie chips.
I also totally forgot that
Has
we
it
have,
been
like,
5
our
minutes
characters as emotes in
How
our
did that
chat.
go?
Sorry, we have emotes now.
All right, we are
Although-
back. I am
Yes.
pausing the music.
Sky. I don't know if you saw the email, Sky, but our fifth
I did.
emoji got fucking
Yeah, I saw that.
not approved because it's got letters in it for some
Mhm.
reason.
Oh no,
So-
it can't just have letters. I've done that because I have like several of mine that have words in it, but it's got to be something else besides just letters.
We have things that, like, it's our logo, which doesn't make sense because it's like got a background and everything.
I don't know.
But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Anyway, so while Sky is talking to every tree, plant, blade of grass, and bead of sand, suddenly
Well,
out
I
of nowhere, a
told
wild
you why.
Spider-Man
It's
appears.
so
No?
weird.
Basically.
What the?
You called it. Out of you guys are focusing on flowers and shit, not really paying attention to anything else. And out of the bushes, out of the tree lines, out of the sort of hills, you begin to see 3 wolves, or rather what look like wolves, appear. And they're circling you and growling.
Oh.
Arr,
Here, kitty, 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 kitty.
arr.
So
Cool. There's.
I'm an
wolves
IT
here.
guy. I don't actually know how to use this fucking sword. So let's run.
Where? They're everywhere.
This way, and he just literally just like hauls ass out here to the only direction he can find.
Sure.
That's
I
25
Okay.
I
feet,
don't
dude.
think that's a good idea when we're like going against wolves. You know, they like start chasing.
You realize he's already ran. He
Yeah.
can't.
Yeah.
he's-
Already-
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm from a country that has no natural predators. I do not know how to deal with this situation.
So
I've
he
never seen
runs
a
to this
wolf
palm tree if he
outside
can
of-
make it. I think that's enough distance, right? I can't tell. Hold on.
Sure. It doesn't. Yeah.
Whatever,
We will
fine.
say that it is.
Yeah,
Sure.
it's close
I
enough.
mean, you run, and the wolves haven't moved. I mean, they've taken a few steps forward, but are just growling at you, at all of you.
Okay.
Um,
Nice wolves. Nice wolves. Please don't attack.
We need fire.
Yeah, don't piss
That
off
goes.
the carnivores. Just saying. I mean, I know, Haley, you're like 985 inches tall, but I'm
you
not.
can assume they could be vegetarian
I'm gonna back away slowly.
towards the other wolf.
I mean, like, back away, like, take a step back that way, and then kind of this way towards the water.
Yes, like a little bit. And not looking at the wolves in the eye.
Oh,
Because
guys!
that's a bad thing as well.
Oh, what do I do?
Well, oh fuck the goat.
Yep.
Oops.
As you guys walk away, it's obvious that the wolves, or at least the 2 closest to Cody, are now beginning to pay a lot more attention to Cody, as they sort of have him cornered. Basically,
Oh, fuck.
Can I try and sneak up behind them? I know that they're aware of me, but
you could try and sneak up What, behind this
I mean,
wolf?
I don't want to sneak up right behind them, but I want to kind
You
of.
just want to make your
float
way
at a-
around.
if you're going
Okay,
to-
sure.
Yeah, if you're going to stick it with that spear, like go like where the stomach is.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
as you say this, the wolf closest to you, like, immediately turns to you and go,
Okay, I'm gonna just wield my spear in
Hello.
preparation.
Um,
I mean,
I don't actually
good
want to
doggo,
hurt you.
bad
You just,
doggo.
like, please do that.
I also just realized that all of my stats on my character are wrong.
it doesn't matter. Don't worry, don't worry. Okay, so, it's very tense right now. What do you, they haven't pounced, though. Although, like, how much do you guys know about real wolves, like IRL?
They can psychically bond with you if you're in Game of Thrones. That's where my knowledge starts and ends.
Sure.
I mean, they're pack hunters, so generally
lone
it's
wolf
corner
dive.
and attack.
Back survivors. Yeah. I'm Sean Bean.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, I know nothing
Also,
about them
they
other
don't
than that they are
usually come
carnivores.
this close to like, if like.
Wait, what? Are you offering them clothing? What did you say?
No, I
Like-
said they don't usually come this close to people because like they fear people
Wait,
as
what?
much as we fear them.
Compass clothes. What are you... I can't quite understand what you're saying,
They
Sky.
don't usually
Compass
come this close to
clothes.
people
Oh, right.
because they're generally scared of people.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
Also, don't look at
you guys are like a big, like, woman, and like an elf thing, and like a DJ. So, I mean, are you people? It's a question for the philosophers.
Can I make myself look bigger and try to scare them away?
I mean, I would say that you don't need to do that. That you are just naturally already doing that. I mean, sure. Roll intimidation for you to look even bigger than you are.
Where are we at?
So intimidation is a skill for anyone that's interested in 5e.
I just
And,
rolled a
you know.
13.
Okay. Well, you sort of you do a Jake Sully from Monsters Incorporated, and like you roar in his face, and his ears go back a little bit, and he takes a step back, but he's still growling, and he's not like whimpering or anything.
Okay.
nice wolf. Please don't attack.
Can I test, because it's taken a step back, can I take a step forward to see if it
Sure.
will move back further?
Sure, roll another intimidation.
This is where
This is
she.
gonna go so well, guys.
This is
I'm
where
gonna
she
get
actually invites the
kills.
wolf in because she fails.
Oh, 8.
Yeah,
Rolled an 8.
the wolf's not stepping back.
Okay.
You notice that the one closest to Cody has actually begun like circling Cody, and Cody is not quite sure how to. I can't do him circling around, but you know what I mean.
I got
Like
it.
this. And Cody's looking a little bit nervous, for obvious reasons.
All right, I'm
Guys,
gonna pull out my walking stick out of my sleeping bag, and I'm gonna attempt to toss it at the one circling Cody to sort of startle it and scare it away, like throw it like a
That's
javelin-esque
really
thing.
long throw, though.
Well, hold on.
Roll
Believe it or
me.
not, if I use the spear, like the thing for a spear, it's not really that far. Because you throw it like a spear.
Sure.
It's just not
Yeah.
a spear, right?
just roll a strength.
Roll a strength.
Instead.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay, you throw it, DJ, and you know you do put some oomph into it, but it's not hard enough, and it hits this dude over here. And he's I mean he was focusing on Vicky before, but he's sort of quite startled by this stick hitting him, and now he's pissed, and he's going to attack. So now we're in combat. So in combat in D&D, there are things called turn orders, which I will add people to. Now, how are we going to do this? I don't really put much thought into how we're going to do initiative. Oh, wow, what is that? Do you see that as well?
No,
What?
I haven't
This
really zoomed in.
box? No?
No.
Oh, right, okay.
DM only
This-
secrets.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. It's a box with DJ's name on it.
What?
Anyway, don't worry. Let me quickly go into your character sheets. Roll initiative. Just roll initiative. Y'all.
Damn right, bitches.
So initiative lets us know who goes first and in what order and that sort of stuff. In combat. Or in other things as well if you want. Oh, DJ, okay. 20. Let's see the wolves. Oh god. Hang on.
We're still going to die.
I rolled a 10, guys. A 10. I have no bonus on my.
Okay. And then we're going to go... has everyone got the turn order up as well?
Mhm.
Mhm.
Alright, so the wolf is going to go first. The one that has rolled 20. And he's closest to DJ.
Wait a minute.
And he's
Which
going
one
to
is
make
this?
his way... The one
He's-
that's closest to you.
Oh, because I was gonna say I thought you said I
Um,
hit. I thought you said I hit this one. Oh, you rolled for all three of them. Okay, you're right. Okay. Never mind.
Yep. They all have independent lives, DJ. Um,
The independent wolves.
yeah, independent wolves. Okay. You see my little measuring out. So this wolf approaches you, DJ, and he is going to take a swipe at you with his massive freaking paw, that's got really really sharp looking whatever they're called, nails.
Claws.
Claws.
Claws. And you are going to... Let's roll. What is your... Okay, so you're going to be hit by this. Let me roll. Okay, you're going to take 2 damage.
All right. So let's reduce this down.
Yeah, so the wolf lunges out at you with his paw, and just sort of grazes your chest a little bit. You're not wearing an awful lot, and what you are wearing isn't great, fashion-wise, and
I mean, but hold on, those daisies in my beard are just amazing.
yeah, they're not. Unfortunately, they're not providing any AC though. So the wolf does hit you, and you take a little bit of damage, and in fact, you are now bleeding as well. So let me put this thing on you, little red mark to signify that you are bleeding from this graze that this wolf has made on your chest. But now it's your turn.
All right. Let's see here. There was something I wanted to do, but I can't remember how I want to pull it off.
I like how you're thinking about this strategically.
I'm not. I'm just trying to. I have to read things because I've never played this character before, ever, in the history of any
Alright,
edition.
so you want to know how you're going to do it?
I'm just looking at it. I'm gonna do a brief overview. I was reading it before, but fuck it. You know what? He's just gonna make like a reflexive swipe with the sword. Like he's just
Sure.
gonna swing the sword at it. Fuck it, because he doesn't know shit. He's a
Okay,
bearded
roll
fucking
attack.
dwarf. All right, and that is gonna be.
And for those that are watching that don't know about D&D, when you make an attack against something, you make first roll against the AC, so the armor class. So if it gets above the armor class or the armor class, like say if the wolf's armor class is 12, and DJ got 12 there, then it would hit. And then he rolls damage for that. And roll 20, you can do that, DJ, if you've done the thing on your character sheet, just by clicking the short sword button. I think you can even do it if it's not, yeah. So, oh my lord, okay. So DJ, you make a reflective sort of swipe against this wolf thing, and you make a significantly bigger gash than it made on you. And it howls out in pain. He says, Yinna,
Aww. Why do we have to fight wolves? Oh, awesome.
Hey, I was trying to startle the other one. This one just fucking bit me.
I know it did. Okay, I'm going to guess. And there. Attack the other one.
Sure. With your daggers?
Yeah.
Now, sure. Now, I would say, we're going to retcon this, simplify it, that you would not be very good at using the dual daggers, right? So for now, you're just going to be attacking with one, okay?
Yeah, obviously.
because
I
yeah.
really don't know how to use daggers.
So 13 is going to hit, so roll your damage for that.
Holy
Okay.
shit.
Okay, so you lash out at this poor wolf who's done nothing to harm you, and you stab him, and he howls out as well. It's not fair.
Sorry!
I mean, your apologies don't really mean much. It's like you're
I know.
bashing him and then
Why are you
saying
apologizing? You fucking stabbed him!
sorry. Yeah. Right. and now
Because it's a wolf?
okay.
Yeah! Why are you apologizing?
This wolf.
Because
you
it's
can't
pretty?
you can't really see what's going on with this wolf, but you hear Cody very he's getting pretty very very nervous now, and he's like, guys, this wolf's looking at me pretty hungrily. I think I might be dinner. I
Hit
could
him.
use a and then the wolf attacks him, Cody. And the wolf hits, and the wolf does
Some undetermined amount of damage.
yeah, an undetermined
Goat's
amount
head
of damage.
explodes. No, that really doesn't happen to people.
It wasn't. I mean, you guys can't really see what's going on over there, but you know that Cody's been hit. Vicky, it's your turn.
I'm gonna move forward.
Sure.
And can
What
I
when
try...
you move forward, Vicky?
Mhm.
You notice that there are some sticks around you,
Mhm.
and something is drawing you towards these sticks.
Oh.
As in, you just get this overwhelming feeling to pick up the sticks, to get them in a bundle, to color them, and then to let them drop, and then to pick up different colored sticks, and you get points based on what color stick you pick up. Yeah, you get the overwhelming urge to do that. No, you get the overwhelming urge to pick up the sticks, and for some reason to place them in the ground. If this makes
Okay.
sense.
I'm gonna follow this instinct.
Okay. You follow the strange thought that you've been having, and you just pick up a random stick and you place it in the sandy ground that you're just sort of standing on. And I mean, you're slightly surprised, but not really surprised to see that nothing happens. You've
Mhm.
just put a stick in the ground. So carry on. I won't make that like your turn. It's like a bonus action.
Okay, that was a bonus action. Okay,
Yeah.
can I move forward? I guess I'm gonna attack this wolf that's here.
Sure.
I have what I've done with is I've put my spear in, but I've taken the proficiency off it, so that I don't get a proficiency bonus because I would not be. I'm assuming I would not be, even with my tire house skills. 14.
Yeah. Okay. That will hit. So do damage. I have to do some art soon.
5.
Okay.
I did 5 damage.
Okay. Oh, okay. Well, you stab at this wolf with your spear, and unfortunately, I mean, you don't really know how to use a spear. You're not really combat orientated IRL, or your character right now or anything. So you do hit him, but you struggle to pull it out of him.
Mm-hmm.
It seems to be lodged somewhere. Maybe it hit bone or something, but it's really, really stuck in there. So to get it out, you're going to have to do a strength check, but it's going to be like a full turn's worth of shit, basically.
Okay.
It's like really lodged in there. But it's done a lot more damage than what that 5 piercing is. I won't say how much, but it's done a lot more damage.
Okay.
Cool.
Good to know.
Okay, the wolves' turns now. Okay, this guy. This guy is basically he tries to move towards you, Vicky, but the whole spear being like lodged in him sort of stops his movement, so he focuses on Yenna and goes for Yenna. And well,
I love all that bows every time you try to say my name.
You know what you should do? You should just
14.
literally just call her like a different name every time you say it. You're like, and today Charity got eaten by a wolf, and tomorrow it'll be Sandra. That way
Yeah.
you don't keep screwing up her name.
Sure. Well, he does hit. 14 meets your oh my lord. And you're magically
What?
teleported. Your AC's 13, yeah?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, cool, sweet ass. So yeah, it hits, and it is going to do, oh my lord, okay, 8 damage. What's your HP?
11.
Okay. Right, okay.
So I'm not
oof.
dead, but almost dead.
He's really pissed, and he's done a really, really big attack on you. Now this wolf's
Ow.
turn. And now before this wolf can do what he's doing, Vicky and Yenna,
Mhm.
you guys see next to you, Vicky, where you placed the stick,
Mhm.
something interesting is happening to the stick, which I will now illustrate. DJ.
Oh yeah, dog, baby. I've been waiting
Kiwi
for this
draw.
all day.
Hashtag Kiwi draws.
Bam.
So that's
on.
the stick.
That looks like Mr. Pooh from
but-
South Park so far.
Something strange happens to the stick, and it disappears into the ground, and out of the ground pops up something interesting. Out of the ground pops up
A
That.
light bulb?
oh god, that coloring is awful, but yeah,
It's a light bulb?
That's not a face, but sure, it's a light bulb.
Okay.
It's a strange look. The look might change over time, as we go through this adventure. But this is a I guess you guys wouldn't actually know what it is at all.
Some weird
'cause it's
statue
not
thing appeared.
some weird statue, sandy. It's made out of sand, which is interesting. And it gets to do something, or rather, it does something before anyone else does anything. It sprays basically a funnel of sand at Yenna's eyes, and Yenna is now blinded with sand.
I feel like that was my fault, and I would like to profusely apologize.
Really, I'm the dwarf who can't throw a fucking stick across the room, and I started this whole mess. But hey, no big deal.
Yeah, so for the audience, it should look like a totem, right? But not like a massive totem, like a mini totem. And one day I want us to get like custom art of the totems. But for now, that's what we're going to use, like that little shitty drawing.
That little shitty drawing.
Yeah, so that happens, but now it's this wolf's turn, this dude over here next to you, DJ, and he's going to swipe at you, and he's going to hit, and he's going to do another 2 damage.
Well, this thing can
Dude.
eat all the dicks.
Oh, he will, soon. Soon he's going to have his chance if you don't do something about it.
All right.
Uh,
And then again, he swipes me, and again, I just like when he swipes at me, I just like bring my sword like straight down on top of it. Like this is about as fucking ham-fisted as it can be, bro.
Okay, sure.
Doing it, ham fist all the way.
Okay,
Clearly,
roll
I
it,
have ham
roll-
and fist because I got both a 10.
Wow. Okay. Well, you lift up your arms, as if you were like a barbarian in the movies, like Conan, and you're feeling so cool. Like you feel like this is gonna be the hit, right? Like, I mean, but as you do that, and as you lift it up to your head, it actually just slips out of your hand because your palms are so sweaty, and it falls to the ground on the sand floor.
Fuck. Well,
Imagine what would have happened if you got a 1.
oh, yeah,
Yeah.
thanks for that vote of confidence. Fantastic. Today on Quest Complete Live, a wolf completely disembowels DJ, hangs his guts on the palm tree, and then sings to them.
Yeah.
Well,
So-
I'm the one who's closest to death, and I'm blinded.
Yeah, so you've now your weapon is on the floor, DJ. So
I
next
have no
turn
weapon.
you'll have to pick it up, and that'll be a bonus action, right? That won't be like your main thing,
Okay.
but you do like you do sort of realize that you're not proficient with weaponry at all, like as a person. So you feel
Nope.
that it's pretty understandable that you dropped this, right?
Mhm.
You're a noob, and that's okay. Although it's not okay because you're about to die. But anyway, Yinna, your turn.
Yeah,
You are
well-
blinded, so any attacks that you make will be disadvantage.
Yeah.
And anything that really, really relies on like vision is going to be pretty much impossible. But you can swing wildly about if you wish.
Well,
Wildly about.
well, I know that Vicky isn't really like that close to me, I guess.
Yeah, she's not. She's about a good 5 feet away from you.
Yeah,
So
and the
I mean, if you swing,
wolf is right there, so I'm going to
Yeah.
try.
sure. Okay, that won't hit. Although you do get very, very close to hitting him, because you're blinded. You know, you get within inches of basically hitting him. It's a lucky miss essentially for you. I would give you as a bonus action, you can maybe try and rub your eyes, or something,
Yeah.
or
Try to get the sand out of my eyes.
Sure. Okay. Well, I won't make you roll for this. It's when I mean you can't really see what hit you until you remove the sand from your eyes, but we'll just say that you do that. But it wasn't a lot of sand, you know. Like it's not like it threw a sand rock at you. It was just like oh god, it was just oh my lord. Okay, it was just a
Magical
sprinkling
teleportation
of-
powers part 2.
It was just a sprinkle of sand. But you know you can now see the totem next to you. It's the best way to describe it is it's like
A Volkswagen in
worry.
the background.
yeah. Can you guys hear that?
Yeah.
Mhm.
I mean, we heard
Oh,
him shift
Christ.
through 3 gears.
um, anyway, it just looks like a totem. There'll be better pictures one day, which will accurately describe it. But yeah, so it's now the wolf's turn. That's next to Coty. And he is going to lash out again as well. Wait, has Cody had a turn? Oh
No,
god, I
Cody
didn't
has
even
not
know
had
he
a
Put
turn.
him
a
in the
turn.
water.
Oh
There's-
my god, poor Cody. Okay,
Dude!
we're gonna.
Dude!
Hang on, let me roll.
You know what? You're gonna be the death of this, like, racist goat. Or, I'm sorry, sexist goat.
He's not racist. God,
I said
damn it.
sexist. I corrected myself.
All right, to fix that, I'll give him a free turn now. So Cody is going to reach into his pocket, and he is going to remove from his pocket the mask that you guys saw earlier on.
The Lucha Libre one?
Yeah, and he's going to put it on, and you just see him lock eyes with the wolf in front of him, and he says, he turns to him, and he like separates his legs a little bit, in preparation, and he says to the wolf, "Buenos Aires." I'm not sure what that means, but it sounds.
You just named an Argentinian city.
There we go.
That's
He
literally the
says
name of it.
Buenos
It's
Aires.
Buenos Aires.
Yeah, buenos. And he like almost like a sumo. He like locks his feet into the ground, and he lunges forward, into the wolf, and he's successful. And he's now got the wolf grappled on the ground. They're sort of like hugging almost.
That's actually
that
really
looks
good.
good.
That I like the way that lines up really well. It looks like they're actually like making love to each other. That's
Oh god, actually.
No,
yeah,
go back,
maybe.
go back. There we
Oh,
go.
God, damn it.
there. No,
I'm
there
not
we
sure
go.
if I like that, but
This,
okay.
oh, this is even better than Kiwi draws.
Yeah. Anyway, let's not look at that for too long. Whose turn was it? Yenna had her turn.
Well, you said
The
you were gonna give him a
wolf.
bonus
Oh,
turn.
now the wolf. Right. Okay. Well, it'll be hit. Like that was his free turn there, and then he'll have a turn soon. So the wolf is going to snarl and try and rip at his face. Being hugged by this goat. And he is definitely going to hit. And he is going to do. Now, see, the problem is I can't click on Cody. He's going to do another 4 damage. Oh, okay, don't worry. You just didn't know that. Pro DM. So yeah, he snarls and bites at the face, and he does hit at Cody's face, which is covered by the mask. But Cody doesn't appear to be screaming or nervous anymore. He seems to have a new confidence about him. Vicky.
Mhm.
Did you say Vechi,
and-
like Swedish? Vechi.
Yeah, it's pronounced with phlegm in the middle.
Yeah.
So it's German. Vlache. No, that's
Yeah.
Yiddish. That's German.
I
Hebrew.
don't want to pull the spear out. I want to drive it in further and try and maybe
Wow.
pin this wolf down or push it away from Sky.
Sure, roll strength just for me. Well, this is how we'll do it.
13.
Okay. Well, instead of trying to yank it out, you just decide to go ham and like all in, and you just shove it as much as you can through the wolf, and it goes out the other end of the wolf's body, and hits the ground. So he's essentially now, pinned to the ground through the
Mhm.
spear. Although that doesn't matter because you can see that the wolf has definitely died from this, and he just lets out a last. Not a row, like a. Oh god, I don't know how to do a wolf death sound. Like the wolf dies. Yeah,
Which is a
that's
sound
more
that
like
will haunt
Scooby
me for
Doo.
the rest of my life.
Yeah, but, I mean, you did what you had to
Mm.
do to survive. Anyway, so that's the okay, and that was going to be the wolf's turn. So the wolf's dead. Now Cody's turn. Cody is going to. You're going to hear some more Spanish, Mexican, Argentinian, Brazilian language. I think they all speak
Brazilian
Spanish,
is
right?
Portuguese for the record.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, Brazilian and Portuguese and Spanish. They all speak those, right? That's pretty
Yes.
much it. But they don't say that, Chris. That's racist. I'm not going to say that. They both sound similar. Not the same, but similar. They both have a unique sound. But I mean, it sounds very, very familiar to you, which is strange. You're in this weird universe, and yet this goat thing is like speaking Portuguese, Spanish.
Frenchigese, basically, is what you're trying to say?
Yeah, and he starts punching the face of this wolf.
Damn.
And he hits again and again. Oh my god, okay. Let me roll the damage now for that. Oh Lord, Cody. Okay. Cody knocks out this wolf cold. The wolf's not dead, but it's knocked out. And Cody sort of pushes the wolf off of his body to the side. And knocked out we're gonna do as that. No, that. There we go. That. So yeah, that wolf is knocked out cold now. He's sleeping. Cody, DJ's turn.
What happened to the wolf that was next to me? It went before me.
Oh yes, right, okay. The wolf is good. Thank you for reminding me about that.
I
Now
mean,
the
I
wolf
don't care
gets
about
an
cheating.
attack.
Fine, I'm good with that. I mean, like, I'm in a dwarf's body, so fuck it. I'll take every advantage I have. But hey, let's be real,
The
bro.
wolf is going to try and lunge at you this time to try and bite you. He's been scratching you before, but now he's going to try and bite. And he is going to hit. And he is now bitten you, but he's stuck on your arm, as in, oh my lord. He's like holding on basically. So you've taken 5 damage.
Damn.
5 wolf biting damage.
Oh shit! Hold on. I
and
just accidentally. There we go. I hit the wrong.
And he's now he's stuck to you.
Well, now. Hold on. I gotta rotate my character. There. Now I'm the right way. Not that you can tell. I'm upside down now.
There we go.
All right. So, Is the weapon? Out of curiosity, is my weapon still with? Like now that I'm like now that's like latched onto me, is my weapon still within range?
You can pick up your weapon. Yeah.
All right. So I will grab the weapon. I will feel like I'm gonna like it's like one of those things where I'm reaching for it, but I'm not super coordinated. So like I end up digging in the sand for like a second or two, while I'm like wincing for this thing. Eventually, I grab a hold of the sword, and I just, without any kind of coordination, I just fucking start punching, hitting, whatever I can do. I move my hand with the sword in it towards the wolf, and this happens. Nothing.
Wow, and such anticlimax. 8. 8's not good. Well, you try to hit the wolf. Unfortunately, for Vicky and Yinna, you just see this like flailing collection of limb and short sword. So it doesn't do anything. So Vicky, we should remove your blind feature. There we go. Okay, so that was your turn. Then the wolf went. Sorry, the wolf went before Yinna. Your turn.
I'm so going to die if I try to go on next to that wolf.
What are you talking about?
Well, the other wolf.
Your wolf is dead.
Yeah. The other wolf is pretty much asleep. And Cody's got it under control, I think.
Yeah.
He says, I can handle this. No, he says, I can handle this. Because he talks like that when he's got the mask on.
Yeah, I've got one fucking lash on my arm. That one's taking a goddamn siesta.
I'm going to try to stab it in the belly.
Sure. Okay.
Yeah, don't hit me. Don't hit me.
I would say you've got advantage because the wolf is like focusing on DJ.
Well, you said he's lashed on my arm. He can't move.
Yeah, basically, yeah, so definitely advantage. Okay. I mean, Yinna could still miss.
And she doesn't.
Okay, wow, okay. Oh, shit, sorry. I keep clicking. Go, roll attack. Roll attack. Roll attack.
She did roll attack.
No, damage, sorry.
Yeah.
6. Okay, alright, well, you plunge this dagger into the belly of this wolf. And the wolf howls and lets go of DJ's arm that she's got. Yeah. And this wolf is now dead as well. As he sort of plunged into the perfect spot. It's hot.
He's dead.
So yeah, 2 wolves down. 1 wolf is pretty much down. But just asleep. Okay. You guys came out of there alive.
And somehow didn't die.
Yeah, and like little experience points, like figures like pop up above your heads.
Can I type that somewhere?
And
I need that sound effect. Hold on, let me go find it. Hold on, I'm gonna go find it. Hold on. What is it?
Final Fantasy.
I'm trying to battle end music. That's what I was looking for. So you can find this someplace I can just play it.
I feel that the epicness of it is good.
While he's trying to find
I
that,
did it, already
can
played
I
it.
just
I just did it.
retrieve my spear, and the way I want to do that is that it's already sticking out the other side, so rather than
So you
pull
just
it
wanna pull
back
it, yeah.
through, I want to pull it back the way
Yep.
that I shoved it.
Sure. Well, you do this. It's really bloody though, as you.
I expected that.
Yeah.
You might want to like wash it. There's water over there.
Yeah, I'll do that in a minute. First, I want to inspect this totem thing.
Sure.
And anyone got a bandage, a sock? I don't know. I'm bleeding in like 4 fucking places here.
You don't think I'm
Anyway.
I mean, you look like
leave
shit
DJ
too.
in
Don't get me
there,
wrong, but I'm
Cynthia.
actively bleeding
Yeah,
out of a
complaining.
hole.
Vicky, you inspect this totem. You feel a connection to it, strangely enough. I mean, you can tell that it's not like it's not a person or anything. Like it's not a creature. Like it's very obviously like an inanimate object. But there is a connection between you and it. almost like you passed a stool, and this is it. Like it's of you, right?
Jesus Christ, that's gross.
But
You really
it's made
think
of
you
sand, like a really sort of like sandstony texture.
Mhm.
And there's definitely like some magic crazy shit about it. Like you don't need to have felt that. You just can tell that like you put a stick in the ground, it disappeared and turned into this, and then it
Yeah,
threw sand
thanks
at
for
you.
blinding me.
I'm sorry, I don't know how this thing works.
Still bleeding.
Yeah, well,
Still bleeding.
But yeah, over time, like if you were to leave it for like maybe another 30 seconds or something, it would just crumble and back into dust. Pretty much. Like it's not something that you can carry around with you, or at least that one. So yeah, so that's gone.
As I make my way to the water, I'm gonna collect sticks.
Can you grab my walking stick while
So
you're over
proud, and put them in my pocket.
Right. Sure
Well,
thing.
he asked Vicky to grab his walking stick that also was next to that very same wolf.
I will
Sure.
return that. It might have a little bit of blood on it because my hands will be bloody from my spear.
It's okay. I'm still bleeding out of this hole on my leg and on my
I
arm.
can't do anything about that.
I know.
I'm not.
I'm
a
just letting you
medical
know, just in case you happen to. I don't know.
Guys, you wanna like give us a hand over here?
What?
Oh yeah, we should probably do that.
I would, but the wolf got my other hand.
I mean, I can see that he's not on your hand anymore.
Yeah. Why are you
I
talking
speak like this now.
Why
Because he's got the mask on. He's
Oh.
a different coatie. He's like a transformed man.
All right, so he takes the. I don't know. Kind of grab it by
so
one of
he
its
said-
legs and drag it off somewhere.
Yeah, he says, anyone got some rope? Oh fuck, no, of course you don't. Why would you have rope? He says, DJ, if you guys just want to sit on it.
Yeah, sure. And he just literally just falls over on it. This is what he does. He just falls. on it.
Cody removes his mask and he's like, "Oh dear, oh goodness, that was certainly something, wasn't it? What do you think we should do with I like DJ's sort of character. What do you think we should do with this wolf?"
I say we eat the other ones. I mean, she's got knives.
I
She
don't
can cut
really
it up.
want to kill it.
Oh, you mean this
Why?
one?
That feels too cruel. As you look at the other two wolves that you brutally murdered, both of them. I mean, Vicky did one. You did the other.
Yeah.
I don't know. Any of you guys feel like you should worship
Well, it's
some
not
dark
affecting me
lord or
now.
something? Maybe we can. I don't know. No.
Well, you got a moral choice to make here, right? Like this wolf is alone now. I wouldn't say it's threatless, but I mean you outnumber it, and you could definitely if it woke up, you could overpower it certainly. So you've got a moral dilemma. Do you kill this wolf? Like the other two wolves, you can sort of debate that was okay because they were attacking you. In a way.
This one's already knocked out.
Yeah, but this one's knocked out and pretty harmless to you right now.
Let's just haul off in the woods, off in these hills somewhere. I mean, I'm not going to kill something that isn't trying to kill me. I wasn't even trying to kill the other one. I just wanted to scare it away. And then I hit its buddy. So I say we drag it off into these trees over here somewhere. Just let it be.
Hang on, let me zoom out. Okay, sure. If you guys want to do that, then that's
So since I only have one hand, I kind of grab one of the rear haunches and try to drag it that direction, but I don't know how heavy it is.
I think you'd be able to do that. It would take some time, but it's okay.
Vicky, maybe you should do it. Though, tracking.
We'll just say that it happened. You drag it off behind the tree line, and it's it's still asleep, so it's no danger to you over there. Out of sight, out of mind, I guess. And yeah, okay. Well done, you guys. You guys had your first combat.
We should probably move on before it wakes up.
Hold on, I have to.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tear off part of my sleeve off of my my shirt, and which means I'll have to modify my character here now. And I'm
Yep.
gonna need some help creating a tourniquet around the wound that's on my forearm. So I need to tie it
I
off
will assist.
just below the elbow to stop the bleeding. I have to. So
Yeah,
I need
yeah,
someone
I
else
mean,
to
you
help
have
me
got a
do
big
this.
gash.
So Vicky, I need you to give me a hand with this. So he tears off his sleeve with the one arm and sort of uses it to try to tie off his bleeding wound.
I
Yeah.
will, help him out with
Okay, sweet
and
as.
think healing thoughts.
You're only like trying to stop the bleeding, right, DJ? So
Yeah.
it's not like
I'm
yeah,
just
I
trying
won't make
to
you roll
slow
for
it
that.
down, yeah.
That's pretty like it's not a hard thing to do. Anyway.
Well, I can only
you guys
I
do
need
this.
2 hands to tie the knot. That's the problem. That's why I need someone else's hand. So I only have
Yeah.
one arm to do it with. That's why I asked for help.
So you're no longer bleeding. You've just got this sort of like cloth around the affected area. Yinna, as you're sort of walking away and preparing to move forward,
Mm?
you do sort of your attention's brought to the wolves, and the fact that there's these 2 carcasses here, and you think, just such a waste of
Oops, sorry, ignore that.
materials.
Yeah, it is a waste to like just leave them there. Can
Yeah.
we like harvest them? Like
Well,
get
you
the
could.
skins of them?
I mean, you've never butchered an animal.
Yeah.
IRL.
Are you a taxidermist in
Um,
your other life, Sky? How about you,
But
Haley?
No,
it's not
but-
impossible to just do, right? Like
but I
if
mean,
you-
it just seems like a waste to just like kill wolves and just leave them there.
Yeah, but you got to keep in mind, we harvest this as much as I'm all for having like food that's not like these 2 apples that have been by my nuts all night long.
I think Sky means more along the lines of Yinna means more along the lines of its fur.
If you know how to do that, that's fine. I'm just thinking that once we skin this is going to attract
But
other
we
animals because of the blood.
Yeah, we probably can't take the skin of it now because I have no idea how to do that.
Oh, that and the fact that she put a big
We
giant
don't
fucking
have
hole through
to-
2 sides of it. No big deal. Don't forget that at all.
Those could be the arms, the armholes.
The armholes. If my
can wear
arm, I'm bleeding, not stupid.
You can wear the skull as a hood, it'll look badass. Like,
Fine, whatever. You take the skin. I'm gonna cut off like a haunch or something because we need food. Although,
Sounds like a plan.
okay.
Okay,
You
all right.
want to
So
try to take meat off of this one because it has the really huge holes in it. And I also
Yeah.
want to take the skin of this one.
Well, I mean, like you said, we can use it for armholes. Ha ha ha.
right, okay. Sure.
What is
DJ,
the
I would say that
taxidermy
it's not difficult for you to just cut off a bit of meat.
Okay.
It takes some like elbow grease, but it's not an art form. I mean, to do it well is an art form.
Mhm.
But just to do it, just to get some meat is not difficult. Yinna, your task is a little bit more difficult.
Oh yeah,
Because you
I
have to
have
sort
no
of
idea
try
what I'm
and
doing.
yeah, and you also have no idea what you're doing exactly. But Koti approaches, and he says, "Oh, what are you doing with the wolf? Are you gonna collect its fur? Are you a furstress? Like a seamstress, but for fur."
Our first choice.
No, but I didn't really want to just leave it there, and like it's just a waste to just kill animals without really using.
I agree. My dad taught me the basics. If you want me to give you a hand.
Oh please.
Okay. Cody rolls up his sleeves. He asks for the daggers that you've got. He just takes one. And you watch as he see, this is the problem. I don't actually know how this happens. So I guess he just fillets it like a fish.
It's not how you take out fur.
like-
The way you do it is differently. So
Well, he just does it, right? So he cuts it nicely. It takes an hour, so Vicky and DJ, I don't know what you guys are doing for that hour, but Yinna is very intent on
I've been
watching.
hacking the meat off of this other one in very cruel, stupid, ignorant ways, so I can
Okay.
have steaks.
But Yinna, you've been watching Cody do this, and it does take quite a while. But eventually, I mean, it's not a great job, but Cody does present you with essentially the fur of the the whole. He's pretty much got all of the skin off of it. What do you know what I mean? Like it's
Yep.
kept its shape of the body of the wolf.
Yep.
Just without
It's
the
the pelt.
carcass. Yeah.
Just
the
as a
pelt is
side
the
note
word.
here, I have no idea. Every time I think of wolf, I keep thinking of what Hanzo in Overwatch yells. Oh, wolf,
Right.
spray! Sorry, too much.
It's okay. But yeah, so Cody does hold it up though, and he says, "It is slightly heavy," which is like maybe an issue that we didn't think about. I mean,
Vicky,
Mm.
could you please carry it?
Donkey.
Because I think it's too heavy for me.
Yeah, sure. I'll carry it.
Vicky just like
Thank you.
puts it around her neck like a shawl.
A very gross shawl. I'm gonna put it over my shoulder, just over
Yeah.
one shoulder.
Yeah.
Ew. But
Yeah.
like,
I
cool.
mean, there's no other way that I can carry this. This is gonna be
No.
ugly no matter how I do it.
And I'm carrying like 15 to 20 pounds of wolf meat now. Because I've hacked off things and accidentally. What'd you do it again? You blacked out the screen, bro.
Fog of war, my
Stop-
dude. Fog of war.
Stop looking at the map. God damn it.
It's on stream. I don't think I can do anything else with it.
Uh,
You just made everyone think their computer's buffering. Seriously.
oh god, this is so bad. This whole fucking
awesome.
system
It's the best thing ever.
doing.
By the way, I looked up a website of how you taxidermist an animal.
Right.
Believe it or not, one of the very first things you have to do is cut off all the genitalia.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Do you
So
have
you-
to though?
You lay it belly up, cut off its balls and udders, and then cut off its musk glands, and then split it from basically crotch to chin, and then
Yeah.
you peel it off.
It's lovely.
You kind of. I won't. No, I won't. I won't because I know how to, but I won't.
Yeah, it's gross.
I won't describe
Um,
it. It's not a pleasant thing.
No.
To
I didn't know the proper
witness.
procedure. I've only seen it done, but I think I came in later in the process when I saw it in real life.
I saw it happen on Game of Thrones once, and that's pretty much.
No,
my
no, no,
knowledge.
no.
I've seen it
that-
happen in real life, so
Yeah,
At least the animal was
I've
dead.
seen- it's true. It was good. It led a good life.
Yes, it did.
Don't feel
All
too
right.
bad about it. Anyway, so you guys dealt with all of these problems. Where to next?
Should we check that house thing?
yes, I do feel like that we should probably do that.
So as you approach the house, it seems like a beach house. Like it's on the beach. It's wooden. It's got like a sign on it that's illegible. That's like a neon sign. And I mean, there's something of the familiar of it.
The what?
It's
Did you
a
say
word.
the phlegm of it?
No, there's something of the familiar about it.
It's
It's a
familiar.
word.
Mhm.
No, it's familiar. But you can't quite put your tongue. God, this a great day for Chris words. Tongue. You can't quite put your tongue on it. Does it make? Is there a statement that
It has a
works?
familiarity about it.
Yeah, but it's on the tip of your tongue. Not as if like you can't lick it. You could lick it if you want.
Like it looks familiar, but I can't quite put my finger on.
Yeah, there we go. Fucking so bad at explaining.
I got you.
Um,
I got you.
But it looks pretty battered down as well. But you can go through and open the door if you wish.
I need a band-aid. We're going inside.
Knock knock.
Nope, he just opens the fucking door.
Okay, well stop
Okay.
fucking moving so I can goddamn copy you.
I will
um,
push forward and go in before everybody else does.
Okay.
I was uninjured during that fight, so
Well, you've got an angry dwarf now.
Sure. Well, you walk in, and it's a lovely. On the inside, it looks a little bit better. It's still a little bit run down, but it looks better on the inside than it did on the outside. And it appears to be maybe a shop, or it once was a shop. Oh, actually, this is not the right sizing. Give me one moment to fix the sizing, because there's a little bit more that you can't see. There we go. Shit. Da 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 da. Intermission music.
You want to hear intermission music?
That'll do. There we go. That'll work for now, right? Okay, so that's what you guys see. It seems like a shop, probably, or at least it once was a shop. Pretty much everything you see is everything that you see as well. There's nothing, there are baskets of food. And none of it seem off, which is strange. There are baskets of supplies, etc. Like, this looks like a well-stocked shop that's just been abandoned, maybe?
First thing I go look for is
Maybe.
I search for medical supplies of any type. Herbs, alcohol to sterilize, anything.
Okay. Well, you only find fruit and veg over here, and some more fruit and
You
veg
mean over
here.
there? Where I'm
Yeah,
thinking?
like
Okay.
over here. Yeah. But if you walk through here, DJ,
Okay.
to this room, there's like a sort of medicine cabinet over here, and it's got some paracetamol. No, it's got a collection of vials of shit, like stuff, which you can gather is probably either alcoholic or medicinal
All right.
of some description.
So I'm gonna, just because whatever, I'm gonna sniff one. I'm gonna sniff a bottle and take a tiny sip off of it to see if it tastes like alcohol. And if it doesn't, I'm gonna spit it out, because of course not alcohol then at that point, and pour it on my arm. And the alcohol stuff that I do find, I'm gonna drink.
Right. Well, the alcohol stuff that you do find is cough syrup. So I mean, you could drink cough syrup.
Yep. Yep. No, he is. He drinks the bottle of cough
What an
syrup.
awful experience there.
Yeah, whatever. He drinks the cough syrup.
But you can also do find a sort of bottle of not a detergent, but you know what I mean, like
Like peroxide?
I don't know what that is, but sure,
Hydrogen peroxide.
yes.
It's a cleaning agent for wounds. Is that what you're talking
Yeah.
about? Okay.
It's like that.
Can I
guess
get that as well?
Yeah. You can put that, and it'll clean up your wounds. It ain't gonna heal you though.
Okay. But I'm
for
gonna release the
anything.
tourniquet though that I used.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
All right.
But yeah, that's this. I mean, these aren't potions. These are just vials of stuff.
Is there any extra that I'd be able to collect? Like, I mean, I'm not going to use an entire bottle on my arm and my leg where I got bit and scratched. So would I be able to
You
take any
can-
extras after Yene uses it?
Yeah, sure. You can take the bottle, because there's still quite a lot of it left of peroxide or whatever you
Okay.
called it.
Hydrogen peroxide.
It's essentially water with lemon, and it does the same shit as whatever peroxide does. Sterilizes and cleans up.
It's the lemon pledge.
Inside reference.
Sorry, guys, that's from another quest we had.
And a Mexican woman, no. Like the door opens, but no. But that's pretty much everything else. You can pick up the other bottles, DJ,
All right.
but it's very hard to tell what they're for.
You said there's ones like cough
I mean-
syrup, so I'm gonna grab. If there's an additional
Yeah,
one,
there's
I'll
a
take
cough
it.
syrup one as
Okay.
well. Yeah, Vicky, that's a good point. Vicky's not feeling too good.
Yeah, I feel
About,
like
like,
the
the whole-
uncomfortable about
I
it.
guess,
You guys
like,
do
none of
keep
this
like
food
breaking
is
and entering.
Yeah. So that's why I haven't really moved from this, but like I'm loath to go any further than where this rug is in this room. I am pretty uncomfortable about again being
I'm just going to
somewhere
hide
where
behind Vicky.
I don't,
Now that
I don't
I've
see
cleaned my wounds.
anyone here.
Yeah, I give zero fucks because I just got attacked by 3 wolves and I have a goat following me around and I'm a dwarf.
He's not following you around.
He's doing his own thing.
Yeah. And as you think about Cody, actually, you realise that Cody's seeming a bit strange, a bit off. He's He's walking around sniffing things, and he's got a not a concerned expression, but a puzzled expression on his forehead. His eyes are a little bit furrowed. His eyebrows are a little bit furrowed. Is furrowed a word? It sounds like a
Yep,
word.
it is.
He's not he's a little bit just he's questioning everything a little bit, and picking up pots and pans, etc. Like it's a strange thing to witness, but he looks pretty preoccupied with this.
He's cleaning up.
No, but he's looking,
Oh,
really.
None of
You
this
okay?
food is spoiled, so maybe this isn't really abandoned.
He turns to you and he says, "Can you guys search through the boxes over there quickly?
the
Look
dwarf just
for
doesn't
some
give a shit.
towels.
Looking for towels? All right, so the dwarf looks
I
around
have
here.
a
He
funny
opens crates.
suspicion," Cody says.
He lifts up a few of the rotten vegetables, look underneath them. He looks through the boxes.
Okay. Over some time, you do open up some more boxes, and these ones particularly around here in the middle
Mm-hmm.
are chock-a-block of towels.
Hey, what were your towels possibly blue and white?
He says, "Yeah, bring one over here."
All right, so he grabs one of each towel, and he brings
Okay,
it
and
over.
I'll illustrate this.
And he sits it on top of this bar surface or whatever this is. I'm assuming this looks like a table of some kind. So he sits it here.
Yeah. I'll illustrate it.
Uh-oh, here we go. Bam, zooming in. Where's it at? Gotta get in on this action.
Hang on.
Beautiful.
And one last detail. Boom. So you it's just dead air.
There's like a
minute.
Pop-Tart or a toaster strudel.
Wow. Okay.
beautiful.
Well, it's a towel. And you bring it to Cody, and Cody is surprised. He says, "These are my towels." As I just teleport. These are my towels. What are they doing here?
I don't know. They were in some crates behind a whole lot of rotten fruit. Did you sell
know,
them to this
this-
guy, maybe?
No.
Then how
What
did your
guy?
towels end up here?
That's a good question. These are Coty branded towels, so they're definitely mine. Oh fuck! Definitely mine. It's fucked now. That's
It's
that's
great.
how-
Hold- I got a
Developer.
question. So this one now looks invisible.
Yeah.
kidding.
Yeah, that's the Mach 3 version.
Mark III.
Yeah, there we go.
Were you robbed, maybe, or I don't whatever. I don't know.
No.
I've got a wolf bite on my arm.
I mean, not till you guys came along. I mean, I've been pretty peaceful and carefree.
Well, that's fine. That's how our day went that day. Sorry about that, though. I think.
Did
Do
you
you think-
actually rob him or not?
I didn't touch. I came into the house to see a certain
Do you see
spectacle,
the truck?
and then went outside again.
Sounded like an amazing
Yeah, I
vehicle.
heard that.
The guy
Sure.
drives a Mustang, right?
Yeah, I live on I don't know why it's so busy today. They all heard that Quest Complete was streaming. And like,
Two
oh,
guys
guys,
come say
They're
hi.
they're jacking your Wi-Fi outside. That's what it is, isn't it?
yeah, that's okay. So yeah, Coty's interested in this towel, but there are supplies here if you guys wish to take them. Although it's important to note that DJ particularly is carrying quite a lot of shit. Vicky's carrying like a whole freaking animal
Towel?
skin.
Library.
Yeah,
Yeah. Oh, I have
and
meat,
Yenna's
yeah.
got a book. So so from that, just be aware of logical amounts to carry, right?
Yeah.
But if you want to take some stuff, you can.
I want to look around for something to fashion a backpack out of, because at this point, this bedroll is like soaked with fucking wolf blood from these steaks I now have. So I need something else.
You see these things over here? These like little bags of rice, essentially.
Okay.
I mean, you could try maybe fashion something out of that. Although you are not at all skilled or able to do anything along that. Although, DJ, you do have a weird feeling. Your vision is brought back to, back to the real world. You remember what you were before a dwarf. Unfortunately, you were an American.
Yeah.
The worst. But you had the pleasure of knowing one Skywise, who you remember is pretty good at like thread and shit, like making shit out of shit. So you think maybe it's a good idea to axe Skywise.
Oh, go full Southern Honest.
about
You got to
the
axe
possibility.
yourself.
Wow.
Roll for an
This is
attack.
Yeah, roll for attack.
There,
But
done.
basically, yeah, Sky, you could probably I would say that there's like enough shit here that you could probably spend some time making like rudimentary backpack, right? Rudimentary, like very rudimentary. Like these are very weak. They're not gonna hold a lot, but it's something.
Hey, Sky. So, what
Yeah.
if we took the straps off of these things, and he kind of looks at his like, what is it, the bedroll, and maybe strapped it to something a little bit bigger, like this burlap sack of rice over here. Like dump the rice out. Use this as like a improvised backpack or something. What do you think? Think you could do that? I remember you used to crochet stuff. I'm pretty certain I ended up with like a hat or something that like could pretty much whatever. Think you could do the same thing on a bigger scale?
I mean, I don't see yarn in here, but
Well, let's look around. Maybe
and
there's
I'm not
something.
very
Maybe
good at
there's something in the
sewing,
bedroom.
but
Let's see if there's maybe like a knitting kit or something.
No, it's not a fucking knitting kit in here.
Well, no, I'm looking for anything. Like, no, people, I don't know. So he pokes around. I don't know.
But Sky,
I mean, can you?
yeah, it's definitely possible. It would be very rudimentary, but it's possible if you want to do that.
Yeah. Can you find me some
Yeah, we'll look around. See if we can.
What do you
thread?
need?
A needle? Probably.
There's bolts of thread every now and then. Like it's not a lot, but there is some in here. And there are no needles around though, which is a problem.
What about if we use like a sliver of metal that's laying around for maybe, I don't know, a poorly fashioned, I don't know, maybe a nail? I don't know. Could you work with a nail? I don't know. I don't crochet or knit or sew. I drink and put daisies in my beard, which I'm really surprised those are still here. But I look pretty with my beard and daisies. Anyone see
I mean, I
anything?
guess technically I could use a nail
There's a
or something.
carrot over there. You could use a carrot. Poke a hole through the carrot.
Hold on. These crates have to be nailed together with nails. Would I be able to take my blade in between the panels and sort of like
Yeah.
use it like the back of a hammer and pry out a nail?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so I'm going to do that. I'm
Sure.
going to use my
That
sword to sort of
nail,
wedge it
I could
between the
make-
boards and pull out a nail for you that uses like some sort of
Yeah.
shitty needle.
Yeah. I mean, the problem with a nail compared to a needle is that it doesn't really have the one thing that makes the needle a needle, which is the hole.
Oh yeah, I was going to like make
But-
holes with the nail and then like push the thread through the holes.
Sure. Okay, so we'll
Because
just
you got,
retcon
like
Yeah.
we'll retcon that this works.
Got it.
And over, I mean, you spend probably like a good 6 hours here. You know, fucking
is
making
that
these
a long
bags.
rest?
Yeah, it would count as a long rest as long as you guys remember to eat.
I do
Well,
have 2
there's
apples
food.
and
Yeah,
steaks.
okay.
But this food wasn't rotten, right? So we
No,
can eat
no,
it.
no, it's perfectly fine. So
Yeah.
so you and DJ can restore your health if you like. Vicky's perfectly fine anyway.
I'm gonna sit on the while all this is happening. I'm gonna sit on the floor with my back to this where I'm sitting,
Right.
and keep an eye on the door. I'm concerned about all of this.
Okay, well, Yinna, 6 hours has passed. I don't know what DJ's been doing. Vicky's been keeping an eye on the door for
I've
6
been
hours.
practicing with my sword.
DJ's practicing with his sword. Okay. But you've made 3 bags. Pretty, not great bags. But it's something.
That is awesome. That is so way better than using my now blood-soaked bedroll to hold all this in.
Yeah, you might actually want to like wash that bedroll.
Well, there's a whole beach outside. Shouldn't be too hard, provided we don't get fucking attacked by random wolves. And then I watch a goat arm wrestle one. But hey, it's my typical Wednesday. Yeah. So he stuffs everything in this bag, and he does like take the meat out separately. Hey, I do have a question. So since this looks like some sort of market, Kiwi, would I find any sort of even like rudimentary wax paper or something to store my steaks in just to wrap it up? Would I find that here, or is this all produce?
This is yeah, sure. You would go behind the counter, and you would be able to find wax paper. I only know what you mean by that by coincidence. Like the fact I watched a video yesterday, where like it was like a mum video where like mums were like, "Don't use Glad wrap or whatever." Oh, you guys probably don't know.
I know.
Glad wrap
Okay,
is.
I'm familiar.
But use
Wax
wax
wrap.
paper, and I was like, "Oh my god, that looks like a cool thing." But it's not really a thing in New Zealand.
Yeah, it's butcher's
But it's
paper.
not a big thing.
No,
right,
it's
is
not
it?
huge.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, like, we
But
don't
like
use it a
you
lot
can go to
either.
the butcher, and if you go to an actual butcher, they will wrap it up in wax paper.
Yeah, they do the
Yeah.
same thing here. Wax paper, for the most part, here is used for keeping moisture in. Like you'd put it like after you bake a cake, if you don't want the cake to like lose moisture, instead of using like plastic wrap, if you have to sit it out, you'd put wax paper over it so the top of the icing doesn't
Yeah, it's
dry
kind of
out.
like freezer paper at the same time. Like you can wrap your stuff in it to chuck in the freezer because it holds out
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so I do have wax
Okay.
paper. I wrap
Yeah,
my
sure.
steaks up.
Almost
Okay.
a backpack for you, Vicky.
Thank you. I'm gonna put my sticks in the backpack.
Yeah.
Okay. So DJ, you wrap up your steaks. Vicky, Yana, you hand out your bags that you've made. Koji seems to still be pretty interested in everything in this place. You guys spend a little bit of time resting up, recouping. Cody's made his way to the other room and is just having a fiddle around. But yeah, eventually Cody emerges, and he says, I think it might be time for a break.
What?
Okay.
A 2 to 5 minute break again.
Uh-huh.
Before we end the last part.
Excellent.
He says,
Okay.
All right, I'm gonna
Go.
5. We got music and the on break thing. There's music playing. They can hear you, Kiwi. That's a Super Mario Brothers theme song.
God, I'm alone.
No, you're not.
Okay.
I'm here.
Okay.
You know what we need, Kiwi, while we're waiting for the ladies to come back?
Yeah.
We need one of those. We need to find a website that will do timers that counts down so people know when we're coming back. So it'd be like 5 minutes, 49 seconds, 58, 56, 57, etc.
It's probably a bot, right? Probably a
Well,
bot.
no, I need to be able to put it as an overlay, so it has to be a website that I can use chroma key on,
Right.
so I can overlay it on everything.
That's a good idea.
So someone will have to find one of those.
Sure, add it to the list.
This took 4 minutes now.
But they can hear us, right? Like we're having
You
a
and I
break,
can,
but
they can hear us, yes.
I just want to have these breaks so that we have a break out of like the D&D mode. Of,
Yeah,
like,
that's true.
Just to have. It's important, guys, to have breaks.
It is. Don't sit too
to
long.
play.
This is my what is it? My soapbox moment regarding this. I used to play video games for many hours on end, but you can develop blood clots in your legs, in your lower extremities, and there have been some people through various medical conditions that were not out of shape, that were not obese or diabetic or had heart conditions that just died just due to odd clots that would eventually travel to other parts of the body and cause problems. So please get up, stretch, take breaks when you guys do long gaming sessions or tabletop sessions. Go have a cigarette, even though it's not healthy, but at least you're standing up. Whatever you gotta do.
Whoa.
Just say no, get up, like go
like
vape
how that
outside,
turned.
wlike go stand up, and move around.
Like, I was like, guys,
What's
we're gonna
happening?
use this moment to promote health. Go have a cigarette. Yeah, sure. Everything in moderation, right? Everything, even.
Well, I
heroin.
mean, bodies were made to move.
Yes.
Yeah, and boots. These are the facts.
These
of
boots are
life.
made for walking.
Yeah.
You
Hey,
cut out
Red.
for a second.
All right, we're down to 3 minutes, and I need to take a pee, so I'll let you.
Oh,
guys.
it's Red in the
Oh
chat.
shit!
I turned off chat.
Oh.
Fuck. Hang on. Ignore that message. Oh god, I
Ignore
just
what?
need to send that to DJ, but I sent it to Dantic instead.
What?
I thought, DJ, it might be good to because people know what you look like because you have like your Twitch thing, right? I thought it might be good to put a face to the sound for me. And me and Haley found a good picture yesterday that I'm pretty confident in sharing with the world. But I was meant to send it to you, but I sent it to someone else. So
Delete.
that's going to be an interesting.
That'll be a great conversation.
Sent it to an ex-boyfriend, didn't you?
No.
You're like, well, I guess I'm going on a redate.
I've sent it to you though now.
Okay, let me go find it. Where is all the things that I need to look at? Oh, there they are. Oh, okay. So we'll add this to it.
What?
Symbol. Fine, I will make sure this goes on front
Don't.
page. I'm putting this on the Twitter.
Yeah,
now.
front page.
Front page.
What, Twitter?
Yeah.
No, don't put it
All
on
the
Twitter.
Twitters. You know what? There's a billboard over I-90, over I-94 that definitely needs some like color to it, and I think this would be perfect. It would work.
Is that how we're gonna advertise Quest Complete?
I
Just using
suppose
my-
we could go that route.
Sure. How much does it cost?
Our annual salaries.
I mean, together or just one of ours?
I actually don't know how much it costs. I've never tried to get a billboard, but we are down to 1 minute, I think, guys.
Okay.
DJ, what is your Discord capture thing doing right now?
My Discord capture thing. What do you mean?
For our voice
On the
chat.
stream?
Oh, sorry. I moved the. Sorry. Where the hell is it? Oops. Hold on. I know I did. I just switched channels by accident. It's supposed to be there. Sorry.
What was it on?
No. It went to
I'm
the
not
other.
even
What it was, I
watching
moved
Twitch.
it
There
to
you go.
check the picture you sent, and so it had this other bit of info there. It's actually. Sorry. I forgot that. Never mind.
Okay.
It didn't have our names. It had like some other weird shit from the other channel in it. Don't worry about it. It was
Okay,
dumb.
let's
It was
get
just a
back
chat.
into this.
All right, we are.
Let's
back.
get back into it. Let's resume. Okay, so you guys see Cody approaching you. Cody's been spending some time in the room, and he just looks at you guys expectantly, as if it's time to go, sort of thing. If you guys are ready, of course.
We are, but what's with the towels? You still didn't explain what's going on with the towels.
I don't know. It's strange. He says as he eats some crisps.
Sorry, I'm just opening a
It's okay.
It's okay.
I
We've
like
had a
it.
Volkswagen commercial in this stream also, apparently.
Yeah.
I'm just
Um,
moving stuff around my desk because I have no space.
But Cody doesn't know the answer, right? He's a little bit confuddled as to why
Do you
want to
Do you want to take some of them with you?
He's like, what? Why? Why would I want to take these towels?
Well, you know what? I want a damn souvenir. I just met Cody the Goatee, so he takes one.
I mean,
one of the blue
you
towels.
feel free to take one if you like.
One towel. I have like the greatest collection of shit now in this satchel pack.
Yeah,
This is
sriracha.
ridiculous. I love that you started
Baby
hoarder
powder.
recording stuff, and I'm just like, no,
You're such a hoarder, DJ.
I don't want any of
You
it.
have no idea where I'm going with this. Trust me.
It's good. It's a good collection of stuff. Anyway. Okay, so you guys can leave the building if you like.
All right, we are
Um,
leaving. We are
Just
leaving
nothing else.
whatever this is, the neon bounce house, or the sign. I'm sorry, the house with
Yeah,
the neon
yeah,
sign.
yeah. Yeah, Vicky. Before you leave, you get that same sort of funny feeling that you get when it's ready. It's time to go into the blue, and
Oh.
you are pulled into the blue,
Mhm.
and you see a few people around you in the shop. It's very clear from what you're seeing that it definitely is a shop.
Mhm.
It's not like super busy, but there are some people coming and going, buying and selling some stuff.
Mhm.
And you see a goat man, not Coty, but same sort of species, shaking hands with the guy at the counter.
Mhm.
And a whole bunch of other goats bringing in boxes and boxes of what you assume are towels,
Mhm.
as if some deal's been made between the goat and the shopkeeper. And then your vision is brought somewhere else, or rather another time, where you see the shopkeep, who's just a human, just basically taking as much as he can from the shop, and leaving, like running out the door.
Mhm.
Just as much as he can basically carry in his arms. He doesn't have a bag or anything. He didn't have 6 hours to make one. Yeah, and he seemed pretty stressed and in a rush. And you get the feeling that this is very recently. But yeah, that's what you see, and then you're brought back.
Okay. Okay. So this apparently, well, you guys can tell that this used to be a store. Whoever owned it left in a hurry. I don't know why.
And they left all these food and why does everyone abandon ship? Like, what the hell happened here? Everybody runs out of here. Like,
We know
everywhere.
what happened here. It was the reckoning.
Yeah,
I thought it was the happening, but it didn't involve Mark
what's
Wahlberg.
happening? We can get Mark Wahlberg involved. I've been thinking. We've made some money from from all the advertisements that we have. We can probably afford Mark Wahlberg
To
in
endorse
30
us.
years when he's desperate for work. I think he's pretty desperate at the moment. He's doing like a TV series on Bravo, which is like not a good channel, where I think he and his parents like talk.
They own a
I don't know.
restaurant.
It's
No,
strange.
they own a restaurant.
Yeah, they own a restaurant.
They've always
and
owned it.
it's
They've
a
owned that for a
strange-
long time. No, they've owned it for. They've owned that restaurant for a long time.
It's a strange TV show.
Well, it's mostly
So
run by his
maybe.
brother. But anyway,
He might be keen. Maybe we should email them.
he might be king.
Sky, email Mark Wahlberg. Get on that.
What?
Secretary Sky.
Secretary Sky, you could email Mark Wahlberg, the celebrity.
Chris is telling his
Um,
people to talk to his people.
Yeah, my people will talk to your people, I say to Mark. So yeah, so that's next session. We'll have Mark Wahlberg on. So for now though, you guys come back out of the house. Where to next?
Well, I'm gonna look over at this tower thingy, these little towers, and be like, well, no, actually, stop. Actually, no, correction. Sorry, I'm an idiot. I need to go over here, and I need to go to the water, and I need to rinse out my bedroll because it's got wolf's blood all over it from the
Sure,
stakes.
okay.
So I rinse that out real quick.
Yep. The water as you approach is it's strange. It's like definitely salt water. Like this isn't another lake. It's a beach, but it's almost like a sort of Pacific style water. Like it's very clear and pretty.
Aside from where I cleaned my spear. Which
Yeah.
sounds like a
That's got
euphemism,
Which
but
is
it's
not
not.
so pretty.
Oh, well, I suppose after 8 hours, like 6 hours, it's probably clear again.
Dissipates. Yeah. So yeah, this is pretty. It's really pretty, and you wash out your bedroll, and I guess you're just gonna let it naturally dry. I don't know.
Yeah,
Or
I mean,
are you
I'm
just gonna like?
you know what I'll do is I'll kind of like just pull it over my back like a cloak and let it sit in the sun.
Sure.
It's sunny out, right? I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That's
So I'll let it
fine.
air dry as I walk. I'll just drape it over my back like a cloak.
Okay. Sure. Anyone else want to do some washing up while they're here?
I assumed I did while they were cutting the walls to pieces.
Yeah. Yeah.
So what's over there? And he kind of like gestures and points at like the crumbling towers. That looks like there's a hole in one. That looks like I don't know what that is. Castle, ramparts, really terrible brothel. I have no idea.
Okay, hang on. Sorry, Norton's telling me some stuff. Brothel. What? Why would it be a brothel?
He's being funny.
It's just a tower. It's just a tower. If you go closer to it, there's no map for it of the inside because it's pretty small. It's literally just a broken down tower.
So when he pokes his head inside, it's just like a tiny little room with nothing in it. Okay.
I mean, there's stuff in it, but nothing that you can pick up. Like, it's just crumble rock and shit.
Well, never mind. There ain't nothing here. You guys... I think I had my fill of this beach after the wolves nearly ate my face, my arm. Anyone else want to go anywhere?
Cody, where are you going?
Spacing out. Cody's waiting for you guys to make a decision.
Okay, so there's nothing in the towers.
No, there's nothing in there. Just a
DJ
bunch
went
of
in the
junk.
tower.
Just a bunch
yeah.
of junk in there.
Can I go and check out the tower? I'm curious.
Sure, good. You go into the tower, Vicky, and you are brought back into the blue.
Oh, of course. That's what I was waiting for.
And in the tower, you see scenes of fighting. And you, like the tower used to have a sort of spiral stone staircase, which is now pretty much crumbled and derelict. But you see fighting happening, and 5 pretty well armored people of different shapes and sizes, essentially protecting a young child, and they progressively climb higher and higher up the tower, beating off. Basically, I mean, you play games, so you would know what a goblin is, and these are very obviously goblins, and the goblins are making their way higher and higher up into the tower, fighting off these 5 well armored guys or girls, protecting this child. Until it ends in pretty gruesome fashion, with the goblins completely overpowering the 5 well-armored things and pushing the young child off onto the ground. Although, the vision ends before you can see what the result of that is. Because while it's a tower, it's not an impossible drop, if that makes sense. And when you're brought out of the blue, I mean, there's no skeleton or anything, so... now, it's important to note, Vicky, that you have been going in and out of blue for quite some time now. And you've used it quite a lot, or rather, it's used you, as a probably better way of describing it. You are going to, from now on, have a little bit more control of it. By this, I mean, whenever you want to go into the blue, you can, right? So previously, it's been pretty much just whenever it decides that you're going to go into the blue, but you can now decide when to focus your attention on it a little bit more, and it's going to be much more successful than it would have been in the past, if that makes sense. It's like you've leveled your skill up.
Yeah.
Hold on, where's it at? I have it somewhere.
But it's not a real level up. It's just
I'm
a
still
skill
gonna do it
level
anyway.
up.
Who cares? We're playing the song.
Hello,
You should play
Vine.
it for Yinna. Okay. You do approach the vine, Yinna, and you reach out and touch the vine, and you hear oh goodness, who are you?
Hello. I didn't think this would actually work this time.
Oh
What
my
would
God.
work?
The dwarf just rolls his eyes and
I
is like, oh no, she only touched the fucking trees and the grass. We totally didn't expect her to touch the vine.
I'm gonna relay what I saw to DJ. Well, this is okay.
Just
Alright, good. It's better than the
able to
vine
to
talk.
Vine again.
Hello. What do you
Hello.
want?
Do you know what this place is?
Oh, take one guess. It says.
Can we hear this?
Is it tower?
No, it's yeah. Oh, good job. Oh God, you humanoids are so very smart. It says. Bravo.
Uh,
Well, this is a great conversation. The Vine
I
says
know.
to
I thought I could like got past this whole weird feeling that I get every time I try to go like,
you. Look, are you going to take
Um,
up any more of my time? Because I've got things to do. Places to, well, not places to go. I mean, I'm pretty much stuck here. But not really people to talk to either. I mean, I would rather just not be talking to you. But so you gonna
Savage.
Places to grow.
places to grow? That's the name of the next episode.
You're welcome. And I've heard the person who hates puns is the one that came up
do you
with
know
that.
what's close by in here other than that beach house / store thingy?
It says, well, there is another tower.
I can see that. Anything else?
My brother lives there. It says.
Cool.
I mean, what else do you want to know? I'm not a fucking tourist board. In fact, I've heard of you. Aren't you the infamous Yinna?
Yes, and you guys can talk to each other. So?
We've heard a lot
Without-
about you. We've heard that
without-
you just treat us like some sort of Yahoo.com.
Well, no one else wants to give me answers.
We're not Google. We're not like just something that you can Google things on. Yeah.
Kiss it. Go ahead.
Oh god.
Do.
This might take.
Okay. How can you talk to each other without actually like going anywhere?
Occasionally, nature helps us out a little bit. We put messages on our seed and our pollen and shit, and the bees come and take it away. This vine explains to you that essentially the bees are very important to the international community of vines, because the bees carry messages with
Got
them.
an international consortium of vineages.
Yeah,
I'm writing that down. International Community of Vines.
yeah. And bees, they basically rely on bees
Yeah,
to
yeah,
carry the
because there's so many
messages.
flowers that grow on vines that they need to be
Look,
fertilized. by
you don't
bees.
know. It's a different universe.
I gave up when she started having like a giggle fest
do
with the
like
vine in the
bees.
last castle.
So
I
the
do like
ICV.
this.
Excuse me.
Did you know what this tower was used for?
Oh, finally, a good question worth answering. It says, this tower used to be one of the two towers, the one being where my brother lives, over there. It doesn't point, because it can't point, but if it could, it would point to the other tower.
I can see it.
And these towers were used to defend the great city. The great city of, well, I've forgotten the name,
There it is.
conveniently. I think it's now called Clifton. The vines tell us, the vines over there tell us that the humanoids call it Clifton now. And these two towers were once used to protect what once was the city, but is now pretty much just a shitty little village.
Okay.
Spoiler.
So it used to be a really huge city, and now it's just a village.
Yeah, humanoids like yourself made a series of unfortunate mistakes. I wouldn't call them mistakes, actually. They were just stupid. It's probably the better way to put it, the Vine says. They disregarded the connection with nature, and they let bees have all the honey. and one bee in particular was an activist bee, and he worked with a florist, and they basically made sure that the bees had all the power over the consumption of honey. And that's
in
the
the
plot
fuck
of this.
are we
that's the
talking
plot of
about
this
now?
campaign. This is when I reveal my secret plan that this campaign is actually just the Bee Movie.
I'm literally.
Sky,
Hold on.
Sky,
Hold on.
Sky.
Hold on.
It's not canon. It's not canon.
Oh god.
What? Where's DJ?
Okay.
Oh my god.
Alright. So.
But yeah, like
That was
basically
so off the
explains
rails.
to
I
you-
decided to. I need a
Get another beer.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, not another
um,
beer. This is the first one. I wasn't gonna drink tonight, but then I heard the anthology of the Vineology and its decision to go full political, and now I need a beer.
Yeah. But yeah, the Vine
Okay,
basically explains to you
you
that
know-
just okay. Go on.
So yeah, do you know which direction the village is now?
Yeah. So this way. Oh god, it's gone sort of like George Decay. Now it's that way. That way. It draws an orange line on the ground, which points that way. I mean, you just get a sense that it's that way, right, from it. It can't really move or anything, but yeah.
Okay.
Through this sort of
Thank
mountain
you.
range.
You have been very helpful.
No worries. It's good to finally hear some intelligent. Oh, you just left. Okay.
No, I'm still here.
Oh, you're back. You know, this isn't.
I mean,
this...
I just took a sidestep. I came back because, like, I don't really like standing still.
Right. Okay. Well, it was interesting, certainly, to speak with you. Do go say hello to my brother if you want. He's a little bit more talkative, a little bit kinder than I. Perhaps he might have some more information for you.
Oh, you have been very helpful.
Okay. Bye.
Yeah, bye.
You know what? I'm gonna tell you this. I don't know what you're talking about the Vine, but every time you do, it just looks awkward as fuck. I'm going over here, and he just like walks down towards like this way. He's like, "This is so weird."
I need to talk to the other
The plot twist in like 30 episodes is going to be that Yenna's can't actually speak to vines. It's just that Yenna has gone batshit crazy. Like for 30 episodes.
And we're
you've
just
been
basically-
staring
And
at
the
this.
hoarder dwarf
Yeah.
apparently is gonna save
Yeah,
the
you're
world
just
with
being
sriracha.
understanding. Yeah.
All right. Are we coming, or are we gonna start talking to rocks in the air and like the hair on my toes?
It's fine as well because the other one said that I should drop it on.
You know what?
Yeah,
Hold on.
DJ.
Let me show you what I find that useful too. So DJ takes his sword out and his walking stick and starts trying to play the drums on this rock side wall. Like da 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 da. This is what it's like when you're standing there. I'm like da 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 da. She's gone batshit crazy.com.
Right, okay. Well, Yenna, as you approach the other vine, it's higher up than the other one was, but with surprise and I guess a little bit of glee, you notice that as you get closer, the vine actually extends itself.
Oh, that's so cool.
And then he looks over.
There.
He starts playing the drums on the rock. Da, 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 da.
Hi.
Hi.
Why do you do that voice?
Hold on, there's a symbol.
Are you
now.
okay? I see tears coming out of your eyes.
I was just laughing. It sometimes happens.
Oh.
So yeah, your brother said that I should probably talk to you about things as well.
Don't say that so loudly. Her name's actually Jennifer, and she's a female. You did just assume the Vine's gender.
Ooh, burn!
Did I?
I thought that her voice was sort of feminine enough that you would have got that, but it's okay.
No. Also, I just like didn't really think about what I was saying because like that was called the brother.
Don't worry,
so I just used
the Vine's
one.
not that offended. The Vine's not that
Yeah.
offended. But the Vine says, welcome.
Welcome. Yeah. Thanks.
Well, I mean, you don't need to welcome me. I've been here all my life. I was just welcoming you because you're the one that is, you know, new to this environment. It is good to see. It
do
is
you know
good to
anything about
see.
this
Oh
village?
wow! So the rumors are true. You do just interrupt as vines. Obviously, you've got a reputation, Sky, already in the
Of
Vine
course
community.
I do.
So
I'm
what was the
also
question
really,
to
really
the Vine?
awkward.
What was the question to the Vine again?
Do you know anything about the village?
Sure. I love how Sky says that. It was like a mix between Quidditch and Village.
Quidditch?
Yeah. The Vine says, no, I don't really have much opportunities to get out these days. But, my friends tell me, that, they're on some hard times. But it's been a while since I talked to any of my friends in the nearby city / town.
/
Have
Hamlet?
you seen anyone go through here lately?
Recently, of late, not many people. Not since the Reckoning, of course, but the most recent humanoids that came through here were indeed a group of goblins, but also a group of knights, that they looked like, with a child. They seemed in an awful rush. I offered my services to them, but of course they couldn't understand me, because not everyone's like you. You're
Oh, but
special. In more ways than one.
And then you hear
you-
DJ in
you
the
can talk to
background, like,
Vine.
continue with his drums. He's like,
More ways than what? Is there something else special about me?
I don't know. You should know more about yourself than I.
No.
Well, I just woke up near a lake in this body that isn't really mine, and I have no idea what's happening. So
I know. They told us.
they?
The vines. The vine community of the lake. The Lake Stillwater vines are a little bit up themselves, I must admit, but they're still good for barbecues and that sort of thing.
You have barbecues?
Yeah. Yes, we have barbecues. I mean, we each have our own separate barbecue because we can't move. But we enjoy it, and we have a sort of like you know how in like floods you have like a human chain of people like swathing out buckets of water and that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
When they have barbecues, they have like a chain of bees that just like the vines say something to the closest bee, and the bee like goes bzz, 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 and it gets passed on as quickly as possible to the next vine. So they sort of communicate when they have barbecues in that fashion.
Okay. That's also I still can't really understand how like what do you barbecue? How do you barbecue?
Good question. We barbecue wasps.
Oh, well,
The bees actually do help us
eat-
quite a lot in that regard as well.
yeah, I don't like wasps either.
No, neither do the bees.
Well, we should probably go and check that town out.
Well,
But
you
thanks for
should.
talking to me.
I mean, I can't go with you. I mean, I could go with you.
What?
I don't think I'm going to carry you.
Wow. Okay, well, it's been nice talking to you. Bye.
I'll probably see you soon. DJ, are we going then?
I don't know. You're the one who wants to talk to a fucking building. But yeah, I'm outie. Let's go.
I
And
don't
he literally
understand
just
what-
doesn't walk.
well,
He's like, I just plant talk. Like Jesus. Fuck. Jesus fuck. And
Did you hear
off into the
about
distance he
that
runs.
barbecues?
Sorry?
No? That's the craziest shit I've ever heard. And that's
I
coming from a
know.
dwarf wearing daisies on his face.
They barbecue wasps. And
Okay, can I-
sound so crazy.
Okay, hold on. You know what, guys? You might be some other weird race
Barbecued
now,
wasp.
and we're on some strange fucking planet where you talk to plants, and I get feely moments, and over here, like, Haley suddenly, like, goes, like, sky blue, ninja, tall Zelda woman. I don't know. But you know, I'm
I
out of
like-
descriptions for this.
So,
I'm so
okay,
wrong.
we're getting close to the end of this session, and I just wanna, okay, actually, we'll end it this way. So, you guys follow Sky forwards. You're heading towards what you think is the town of Clifton, and as you get closer, you hear running water. And you are brought. This is just one image that represents it. So the town of Clifton, you're not going to actually be able to visit, but from your perspective right now, you see this, and this is a pretty little image that I've got permission to use. Which, I mean, it's not perfect, but it does a pretty good job of representing what the architecture of Clifton is like. If you can see, hopefully it's not blurry because sometimes it lags out and blurs. Yeah, you get closer and this is essentially what you see. This isn't the town itself. You get the idea that this is probably the outskirts of town and that these few buildings are like the buildings on the outskirts of town. And next session you will get to see like the actual 16-bit cube map thing of it as you get closer. So that's where we're going to leave that. I just want to point out one thing that none of you have really touched. Oh shit! None of you have really touched on the session, which is you have been lacking a friend. Don't know if any of you can remember. You are sort of lacking a
Feline
one
friend.
Yeah, one particular feline friend that none of you have just given a shit about this whole session.
Because the
It hasn't
fucking
popped
thing
up
wandered
at all.
off.
The cat disappeared.
Yeah,
So
Left,
was the
and then
cat
I saw it
lost?
in the blue, and then it disappeared.
Yeah.
Also, it's a cat. They go where they want to go.
Whatever. I got fucking
They
eaten
go
by
where
wolves,
they want
and
to.
Sky's talking to the plants, and I can't hear the other end of the conversation, so it looks like she's just fucking going crazy.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Anyway, well, that's the session. You guys accomplished a fair bit. You had a combat. You had a combat, which is good.
We didn't die.
You didn't die. Sky and DJ came close, but it was okay. You skinned an animal. You butchered an animal. You got some loot, some towel and some stick. Some pretty good loot there. And you talked to some more vines. Sky. Haley saw some more shit in the blue. And DJ
drink cough medicine.
drank cough medicine. And got some sriracha. So,
Oh, yeah. I've got a use for that already. I already know what I'm going to do with it. Oh, I
okay.
have a plan for that.
Yeah. Should the vines be scared?
No, but someone pisses me off, and I'm going to find out what it feels like in the eyes.
So yeah. Okay, how did you guys find that? Anything that you want to say about that session?
I like whatever new graphic tile you're using. It's you've been tinkering with that a lot.
I have. It's going to be even better next session because I'm going to put it in Photoshop before I put it into Roll20. Photoshop will come. I have Photoshop, but I don't want to go through the process of learning Photoshop. And I know the basics of GIMP. I don't know enough, though. I mean, I know the basics of GIMP. So we'll see.
GIMP doesn't really have that many options, though.
Yeah, but for what I want to do, it's I hear it's okay. It'll do the job. But yeah, I think this session moved a lot quicker, or at least you moved. We're getting closer. I was slightly worried that we were just going to talk to a vine for 3 hours again.
I talked to a lot of vines.
Yeah, which is good.
And that worries me, Sky, because I'm not sure if your character's losing your mind or if you in real life are actually losing your shit.
I don't know.
Oh my god, we're all gonna die.
Can someone take notes of the whole bee barbecue vine community situation as well?
It
I
is
did.
heavily
I
quoted
have.
now. On the
Spoiler, it wasn't canon this morning, but it is now. I didn't know the vines. I had to talk to the vines and ask them what their community is like, and they just told me
Probably
today.
I'll rewatch the episode and write it down so that we have this whole
Yeah.
I don't know, like, ecosystem. We're noting down the ecosystem, guys, as we go.
The power
I know.
structure of the world, and
Before long, we're gonna find out that bears actually do dance and pigs actually do fly.
don't remember that.
What was that?
I have like a Jesus robe, it's like halfway between a robe and a cardigan,
Okay.
but it's like really not thick, thin, but very big and long. So I look like from Hogwarts if I wear it. It's my favorite thing to wear because it's really comfy. But sometimes I'm really bad with my mouth. Like if I'm bored or like stressed, I will just put everything that I can in my mouth, whether it's my like nails or like my clothing. So like when I said that, I had like a mouthful of Jesus robe. This is strange. But...
Why are you getting nervous? I mean, we only did roast you in the chat. If you go back and scroll through our chat, and Haley led the charge on that one. I'm gonna say.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
To be expected.
How even did I lead the charge in that one?
Because
So,
every time you'd be like
the thing that I said is-
hashtag Chris Words, and I'm like, yes.
Because he said Chris Words, so I hashtagged
I like
it.
Chris Words. I like.
I
Chris
also
Words. Let me-
hashtagged Kiwi Draws.
Yeah.
That actually needs to be an emote. We need to create like
But yeah.
an emote that's just random
We can only have
lines.
5. Yeah, unfortunately, we can only have 5. We need more. We need more people to follow us, so that we can one day get Twitch emotes. What's the like line that we have to cross there? Like what's the
3
how
average
many
viewers
people
per
do we need?
stream, 100 followers. You have to
I thought it
stream
was 50.
at least 15 hours a month and on 7 unique days.
Which we do
15
not do.
hours a month?
Yeah. We
On
meet the 15
7
hours a month, but we have to do
unique
7
days?
7 unique days. So
Fuck
no,
off.
not
Okay.
15 hours a day.
We're
No,
never
not
getting
15
emails.
hours a day. 15 total hours per month and 7 unique
Over the month,
days.
but on
yeah,
7 unique
So you could do
days.
like
Okay.
literally like 2.25 hours for the 7 days, and that would make your 15 hours per month.
How are we ever gonna accomplish that?
Let Sky talk to Vines more. This, the,
What,
the,
me
the
and
quest
Sky
will,
just stream
the
by
session will go
ourselves
like
where
another.
She just
fo-
talks to.
Well, hold on. So
Vines.
it goes another 4 hours. It'll cross the midnight period here in the U.S., and you've got
But
your 2
don't we
days.
have to do it on 7 days? Like over? Does
That's
it
what
have to
I'm
be
saying.
like?
So 5
I mean,
p.m. to
if
midnight.
you think about it, because this whole thing is the
Oh,
podcast.
right.
This is us giving everybody a little bit of insight into background stuff that happens. This is legit how we discuss
Are we
things.
still streaming? Oh,
We're
Yeah.
still streaming.
Yeah.
right. Okay.
But if you think about it, because we're doing the podcast and we're doing the extra bits that we're doing in the podcast, you could always stream those as a talk show.
Yes, that is true.
Yeah. Yeah. And we don't need a good computer for that. I mean, we
Nope.
can just
You
We
just
could.
volunteered as a secondary
Maybe.
streamer. Boom, done.
wait.
Sold.
Do rebroadcasts count towards
I
that?
don't think so. I think they have to be live.
I don't think so.
Because that'd be so easy. We would just rebroadcast every day then.
That's probably why they don't allow it. Just saying.
Yeah.
Putting it out there for you.
Maybe we should know someone on Twitch.
So anyone out there who wants to be awesome and
works
just
for
simply do
Twitch.
our job for us is what he's trying to say, hit us up, yo.
Yeah.
Anyway,
if
does
there's
anyone
a
have any
Twitch-
additional things they want to say right now, like before we close out?
Well, we got our first quote, and it was mine. What I
They
said.
barbecue wasps.
Barbecue wasp.
They do indeed.
Because I love it because it's out of context. So
I know.
I'm gonna have to make
Doesn't
no,
make
and I
sense
feel like
with the context.
this is definitely what we should do with the quotes is make them as out of context as possible so that people have to go back and
watch it
watch
to
the
understand it.
episode.
Yeah. Now,
You know
on
what we
that,
should
a
do?
few
No, you know what we need to
housekeeping-
do?
Oh, God.
We need to adjust the quote. And I'll say this off stream. We need to adjust the quote somehow, and I'll explain why later. But anyway, everyone...
Hang on,
Oh.
a few more things,
yes.
housekeeping things. The podcast, last session, I said that it might turn into a monthly thing. We might turn it into a yearly thing now. I was saying to Haley, because it's a ass to do. It's going to happen, and I think it'll be quicker. Like as soon as the first episode is released, I think it's going to be quicker. But for now, it's just going to take some time for me to get through it all. But it's happening. One day it'll happen. I'm debating whether or not just to like work over the next 4 weeks and like edit like a few of them and then just bulk release like the first 3 episodes or something. I don't know. Because it's sort of like once you get in the mode of editing it, then it goes a little bit faster. But that's the podcast. So the podcast is coming. But YouTube, follow us on YouTube, like and subscribe. Because all of our streams are on YouTube. Because it's really easy. We just have to click like one button and Twitch puts it onto YouTube.
Yep.
Which is pretty cool. Are there any other housekeeping things? If anyone new is listening or watching, go to our Discord, which is in the banner below.
Also in the chat.
Also in the chat, yeah. For Sky's just posted that. And we've got some ideas of some of the things that we're going to do, like along with this campaign. Like I know that we want to do like little recordings of like tips, noob tips for noobs, or noob tips that we want to do. But
So those
that's
would
in the
be
future.
nips then. Noob tips.
Nips, yeah.
Are nips.
Nips. We're gonna have some nips, and they're gonna be there. But yeah, we're just gonna try a few things out. And yeah, I hope that everyone's enjoying it so far. And you know, stick around to see what happens over time, because things are gonna change and evolve and get better, or worse. With us, there is definitely a scenario that could happen. We
Yeah,
could go
this guy's
down.
shooting spider drows. So, you know,
Yeah.
no big deal there.
I could actually lose my mind. I'd go crazy.
Hashtag she already has.
Yeah, but also just on another note, I guess we could probably end the stream with this note. We really hope that people that watch this and listen to this like get something out of it, and it helps them like deal with the shit show that is the world right now, because it can be pretty upsetting a lot of the time, especially because as internet people we are attached to people that are like not in our country. So just because like you live in New Zealand or Australia or somewhere in the EU does not mean that things that happen elsewhere in the world, whether they be natural or otherwise, don't affect us. So it's really important that we are actually like having a positive impact, like people are actually listening to us and having fun, right? Because that's what it's about. So we hope that we're doing that, and we hope that you guys are enjoying it. And yeah, that's where we're going to end it. Okay.
All right, guys, have a good one. I will see, or we,
Bye.
I will play the music, and we will see you later. Bye.
Bye.
Yeah.
What music?
Bye.
Okay. Bye.
Play a little bit of music.
Bye.
Bye.
But then we have to be silent for 3 minutes.
No, you don't. I'm just gonna play it for like 10 or 15 seconds. Then.
Okay.
While I talk
We'll
over it,
keep
because they can hear me
talking.
doing this too, because that's fantastic way to end the stream.
Yeah, let's just keep talking.
Yeah. Alright,
But if you
now.
people join the
Bye-bye.
Discord,